everyone, and welcome to another Sovereign Citizen Watch. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. Thank you, everyone who ordered me stuff from my post-surgery wish list. I have some of those snack pack, like, cracker and cheese things. Someone sent the copy of All-Star Superman, which I'll read while I'm stuck on the couch for a couple weeks. So that's good. Thank you for the people who got me that stuff. I really, really appreciate it. Rick M with a 15 stream streak says, no kings. Hell yeah. Just a Peach with a $1 tip says, hello, my mouth feels funny. Just got back from the dentist. Last filling for now, and new night guard. Hope it works. I hope it does too. Is the audio not working for people on YouTube? Oh, YouTube is saying no audio? Is that a universal thing on YouTube? Oh, other people are saying it's fine. Okay, it was just that one person. Cool beans. So, yeah, like I said, this is the last full week you're gonna have me, because next week will be my surgery, which I'm pretty excited for. A little bit nervous, but I'm excited today to look at more Cameron, as well as plenty more Sovereign Citizen court appearances, arrests, etc. Should be good. Lilac with a TikTok link. Let's take a look. Let me see.
Here could recite a Bible verse that's...
Oh, this might... I think Cassifel maybe sent this to me. Ferris Hex, thanks for 44 months, as I've been watching on YouTube, but damn, what a week, or what a streak, indeed.
Says lying is wrong. Unless... What the fuck are you doing?
Sword of the Spirit.
What?
And tape. Shit.
Why are you shooting? Aren't you supposed to, like, pray at me or quote a Bible verse?
John 3:16.
There's a kid here, damn it!
Look out, kid. You can run, but you can't hide. The Lord sees all. That's Filipino 4:12. Then the Lord said, plant a claymore at every entrance so they can't escape. Colossians 5:9. Where are you? Don't judge me. Jesus drank wine too. I'm so tired.
There you are, Deceptor.
No.
Ready to take on Captain Bible?
Gay wizard. So it's a team up then.
No. I'm the Wizard of Stealing. I make people steal.
You made me gay!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, you said the Lord's name in vain.
No, I wasn't. I was praying. Wait, where are you going? What's the lesson here? There's always a lesson. Wait, what is that? No. Oh.
Alright, that cracks me up. It reminds me of a mix of, I don't know if you guys remember those Bad Man sketches. Anyway, let's get into some of the Sovereign Citizen stuff, shall we? Let's start with this fine gentleman. He seems stable. That's good. KR Goss with 100 bits says, so glad you're having surgery. As I'm currently laid up post-op, I recommend having lots of pillows to be comfy on the couch and a cart or table with drinks, snacks, and remotes. Definitely. That's definitely the plan. Medicated Person, thanks for a 25 stream streak, says 25 streams, yay. Also, the root beer I sent said it's arriving today. Oh, sweet, thank you. Carpcosian, I think I actually already got it. It's in a container that's the shape of a 12-pack of root beer, so it makes sense. Carpcosian with a 30 stream streak says, I baked a cheesecake yesterday. It's delicious. Someone on the Discord thought it was burnt, but it's just caramel flavor. Have fun in your new hashtag no balls life. Thank you. Lilac Rosenberg says, also I wanted to tell you something. Cameron shouldn't be able to sue you while representing himself because civil? Can you not be a pro se litigant and sue someone? I genuinely don't know. Amber Pretzels with a 3 stream streak says, had my orientation today and I'm starting hopefully this coming Saturday. Oh, nice. What am I going in for? Orchiectomy. Google it. Have I seen any videos on Arizona Deputy Frank Sloop? I have not.
We're just waiting for Judge Khan, okay, Julio?
Okay. You look exceedingly great today, Mia, and
Oh, good. Oh, good. Overthought with a $25 tip. Wow, says, thank you for the entertainment you provide. Hope recovery goes smoothly for you and that you get to enjoy lots of finely collected cinema. I'm gonna do my best. Thank you.
Hey, Judge Khan. Hi.
Still the same old charming self. Okay, good afternoon. Good morning.
I'm really grateful to see you. You don't even, it's been crazy. I've been looking forward to this moment.
I imagine you are. We've been tracking you as to where you've been, so we knew where you were in Jeffco for a while.
Great.
Yeah.
I was worried. I'm like, why am I not trying? Yeah. Anyways, health.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm grateful to see you guys.
Okay. So I
Look at how happy he is to see all these people. Oh.
Colleen.
was able to speak with Mr. Cardona. He is inclined to take the plea. However, before he does that, he wanted me to inquire, since he's been in custody since April 3rd, if he would be getting credit from that date.
So Ms. Talene, the credit that he would get would be for the time that he's been in custody in Boulder, not for the time he's been in Jeffco.
And that's only for a day. I think he's only been here for
Yeah.
a day.
So in other words, no.
Okay.
No dice.
So then I think he's probably not going to end up taking that deal. I mean, I will say he still has some other stuff that he's got to figure out. So
I'm time served on the other stuff because it's since they entered a writ on April 10th. So I'm time served on that. And I'd be willing to like negotiate, like, look, I've been through so much. My mom is stealing my fucking dog, which you guys all
Careful with the language.
All right, it took a second, but we're getting somewhere. All right.
My mom is stealing my fucking dog, which you guys all
Careful with the language. Careful with the language.
You all know that she's my, and so I had to take a plea, and I'm just so
I
done
assume someone has to watch your dog while you're in jail. So, like, I think she's probably helping you.
with all of it. I'm ready to take a plea, whatever. I'm over it. I've just done 122 days of my life for something that I did not do. And so if you guys could help me to help you to help us, I'm definitely down. I'm just not going to sit in here for 45 more days for mostly garbage charges. Like prohibited item. Like, no, I'll bail
What is this attitude?
out and we'll
He's almost got a similar attitude to Cameron in that he's like uber confident to like a delusional degree. Like he doesn't seem to understand the position he's in at all.
go to trial if we have to, but I would much rather not have to have loose ends, and I would much rather deal with it than have to continue.
I'd much rather you just drop all my charges. Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
You
right.
prolonging it. So if we can come to an agreement that's not
So
gonna-
let me ask.
I can't be part of that discussion. So let's
Yeah,
pause
I was
for a
going to say,
moment.
so let me ask you this, Julio. What if we brought you back next Wednesday?
Alt fact says, Your Honor, I can't have my dog talking to my mom. The dog knows too much. She's seen things.
And I could speak with Miss Keller about some different options for you.
That would be great. If in the meantime, as I said, I'm time served on my other ones, and so
I mean,
I'll
you'd be able to bond out still. If you can post your bonds, you'd be able to bond out. But
according to the jail, there's a $50 cash only bond, and since like I was trying to come to court last time, I got
It's a $50 bond?
arrested 2 days.
It's $50. That's like a dinner for two at Olive Garden. What the fuck?
days after you signed the release or PR bond on Sunday the 28th, I would have been here, but I got arrested. So if you would be willing to reinstate that PR bond on that, I'd be grateful. I'm still held on a $2,000 bond until I go to court, but I don't want to be stuck in here. If I post a $2,000 one, which I guess, right, if I post a $2,000 one, I don't want to be held here on a $50 more thing. So if you'd be willing to redo what you did on Sunday, March 28th by signing a PR bail and reissuing that, I'd be grateful. I would have been there.
If you're already gonna pay the 2,000 bail, is the 50 that big of a deal? Like, what's you know, the percentage on, you know, 50 off of 2,000? What's that, like 2%, if that? Like half of a percent? It's not that big of a deal.
But I was in jail and I couldn't be there. If you'd be willing to do that, I'd be grateful. If not, I can probably try to come up with a $50 bond that it's currently $50 cash only.
Is that what they're telling you at the jail? Is that that's the only cash bond that you have to post? The others are PR bonds?
No. Well, so originally when I first got here, before I got here, I was told I had 4 $200 cash or surety bails, meaning the 10 cent, like basically $80. But then I got here and they're now telling me that there's a $150 cash only for my municipal cases, but no PR bonds. So I basically have to post a $2,000 cash or surety bail and then a $50 cash only bail. I do have my family working on the cash or surety $2,000 bail.
I actually don't know what he's in for right now, Harold Edelman. Right now he's trying to negotiate a bond down.
But that apparently they didn't do the 10% option or whatever, so they can't just go to touchpaydirect.com and do it like they usually would. My mom's obviously doing the other thing, so the only person I have that is family to help is over 10 hours away and not able to be here. So they're trying to do it online and trying to facilitate to that. But even once they accomplish that, then I'd still be held here on the $50 cash only bail until I could come up with that. It's like, so if
This guy talks a lot.
just originally on March 26th of this year, I took a plea bargain and then I was still held here to come to your court. And then on Sunday, the 28th, I'm assuming it was you, signed the approval for a PR bail in my municipal cases. And I was released on Sunday, the 28th, and I was arrested again on the 3rd. So it wasn't that I was trying, when I'm in cuffs, I can't show up. You know what I mean? And I did have my family.
I know he ends up threatening the court at some point.
Been a crazy few months.
I know that 2023 4906 is not eligible for a PR bond. That's one of the $200 cash bonds. And at this juncture, not today, I'm not willing to convert those to PR bonds. They would maintain those. That one is a cash bond. By statute, there are some that have to be converted to PR bonds when a defendant requests that. So I will be looking at each of those to make sure that I'm complying with the statute, because what defendant has done now is has made a formal request for a PR bond. But I know 2023 4906.
Yeah, I think he's getting agitated now that they said no. Green Guy says, I hope I'll never have to go through this, but I pay taxes and follow laws, so that helps. It helps.
Has a misdemeanor state counterpart, and that one would remain. So we can do this now, or what we can do is hold off, like Ms. Talene was saying, and come back on Wednesday. And in the
then
meantime,
I might be able to talk to Miss Keller and see if we could work out some disposition. I don't know. We may or may not, and then we could deal with the bonds as well. But
okay. Even if we could get them to convert it to the cash or surety 10% thing, I'd be willing to post a bond. I have no problem trying to post.
maybe that's what you're thinking, because our cash bonds also come with an alternative of a surety bond The surety bond is 500. So maybe what you're thinking is that you have to pay 50.
It says court martial because, like, I think the court martial set it up. Like, it's. I don't think his name is Court Martial, although that would be an awesome name. Anyone writing anything, steal the name Court Martial.
With the
To a
50,
surety, and
yeah.
then that's your 10%. But
Yeah.
our cash bond right now is 200. A surety bond would be 500 on that case. So that's why you might be thinking all you have to do is come up with 50 to get a surety to do it. But that's not something that I have control over. That's obviously between you and a surety, a bonds person. So
whatever happened to the 10% thing that you guys used to do to where my dad could just jump on the
that's not us. That's what I'm saying. That's something that's done with a bonds person. And there may be something where there's an online process. Ms. Talene may know more about that than I do. I've never interacted with the online bond posting process with the surety.
You're right, Unstable Deadbeat. My brain's mush today. It's been mush all week. I've been so anxious about the surgery. I've just not been able to think clearly. So thank you.
That's a separate person who's doing that, or a company that's giving you posting the bond on your behalf based on your dad or you giving them a certain percentage of the amount that's owed, and then them being responsible for the rest. That's how the surety bond works. Does that make sense to you, Mr. Cardona?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, because every other time I've bonded out on every single case you're talking about right now, including the one that you say is not PRable, and I've been released on that charge on PR several times. So I'm just confused as to why it's suddenly different.
Well, right now you have a cash bond that I've imposed, and it's because there's been failures to appear. Obviously, that's why I've made it a cash bond and am not converting it to a PR bond. I am going to follow the state law with respect to the ones that you're entitled to have PR bonds, and some charges you are automatic PR bonds. The more serious ones are not. The ones that are less serious, like you mentioned, a tent or a camping charge, those are automatically eligible for PR bond. That's probably why what you remember most is most of your cases have been eligible for PR bonds because they were automatically eligible for.
So I mean, like, you released me on those charges, even the ones that you say. And again, it wasn't that I didn't appear, it's that I was being held against my will in another county's jail. So if you could reconsider that, I'd be grateful, because this
I will. I'm not going to reconsider it today because I don't think any party has the opportunity to go through all of the circumstances of each of these. And given that Ms. Talene is in the mindset to see you Wednesday, and that you have another case that's pending with the bond for this state, let's reset your case. I'm happy to reset it. If everybody wants to remain on, I'll pause and I'll look through every single one of these.
Most people held against their will in jail. Yeah, it always cracks me up when they say stuff like that.
These cases,
like, that's the point of jail.
To see which ones are eligible.
No one wants. Very few people want to be.
But it may take me quite a bit of time to do that.
I would be grateful, but.
All right, let me just. Someone was trying to speak. Who was that? Was it Ms. Keller or Ms. Fernanda?
Excuse me, Your Honor. It was me, Ms. Biddingcourt. Mr. Cardona does have a court appearance with Boulder County on the 13th of August, so I believe he's still being held until then.
Right, but I have the bail for that. I'm gonna post bail on that, and or also that court date on the 13th. I'm already time served, already, according to the deal that they're gonna do on the 13th.
Let's pause, and then I'm gonna look through the files, see what I have here. And then it may take me a few minutes because I got to look through each one of them and see which ones are automatic PR bonds and then which ones are not.
I know there's a lot. Thank you very much for working with me, guys.
It's interesting that when he thinks they're working with him, he's very kind and borderline charismatic. And then as soon as he gets pushback, he starts to get hostile immediately. Did you notice that?
Okay, I'm going off.
But then he'll pull it back if he thinks that they're, like, working with him again. It's very interesting.
Camera for a moment.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, big stretch.
Still waiting. They're gonna come back. Appreciate you. He said it might take a while because I got like fucking 21 cases he's got to go look at. So.
They got one of those auto moving cameras.
I don't know if everybody can still hear me or not, but one thing that I know that I've become aware of that I wasn't prior is 90% of these charges are what's called administrative legislative statutes, which is known as color of the law, and that is a.
Oh no! There it is! I knew coming. I knew we'd get there.
Legal to practice. And if it continues forward, I will be giving statutory official notice to everybody of the 1983 federal lawsuit that I will be bringing into the court. If this
Why is he waiting until they're not on screen to do this? Also, they're trying to help you right now, and you're being a dick. Stop it. Fenekagami says, here's the thing I've noticed. Most people are at least somewhat fine with authoritarianism as long as it vibes with them. What makes them mad or even notice it is when the authoritarianism works against them. Yeah.
court does continue forward under administrative legislative statutes without an verified injured party and under their assumed jurisdiction, I will be suing. And I will give everybody statutory notice of intent to sue both individually and to official capacity as soon as
This is courtesy of old Squishy Gardener, by the way, this video. I'm trying to get better about citing people.
get out. Or we could just settle it. Seems like it'd be a lot easier for everybody.
Hey man, you know you could have like said this when they were here, right? Why did you wait? Because you didn't want pushback or people to tell you that this is nonsense?
There must be a verified injured party, and you must prove your jurisdictional means to do these things, none of which have occurred. I am hereby asserting my rights to those things, assuming that everybody can hear me. It's being recorded, so it's on record regardless. Yeah, it's still going. I'm still waiting. I'll let
Zoom
you know when I'm done. Hey.
Okay, we can go back on the record.
Ash and Asphodel, thanks for 32 months, says, listening while I'm packing to move back to college. Wish me luck, because it's a mess right now. Oof, good luck.
And I did hear what defendant had to say with respect to
Oh no, they could hear. Oh God.
his statutory rights that he believes he has. I'm not going to address those issues with him. That's certainly his right, and he can consult with his own attorney as to how he wants to proceed with respect to that. I'm just here to at this point to address the request for PR bonds. There are many cases for which we have not issued warrants at all.
Okay.
And then there are 5 cases for which warrants were issued, 4 of which were cleared by the Jefferson County Jail. One, for whatever reason, hasn't yet been cleared, but it will be cleared. Of those 5 cases, case number 2023-4906 is the most serious. It's a threatening bodily injury charge. That has a $200 cash bond or a $500 surety bond currently authorized. It does have a state counterpart. I did note that the defendant had failed to appear more than once. Many times he would call after court and get his case rescheduled, but there were 2 separate failures to appear in that particular case. And one, the most recent, was March 11th of 2025. And then ultimately we allowed PR bonds on those, I believe.
I'm gonna skip ahead
But
a
in
little
this
bit.
case, have
Just
not
a couple minutes till when he starts.
We have not
again.
issued warrants for, so that I'm not issuing warrants on those at all.
Fenekagami says, this guy's a phony piece of shit. He knows the Sobsit thing doesn't work. That's why he waited till they were off screen. He's trying to get the best result now. He wants to make their lives miserable after the fact where it legally won't hurt him.
If in fact you are released from custody on posting bonds, those cases will remain active and you can come to court on those. But I'm not going to issue warrants because I don't need to unnecessarily burden the system with warrants.
Just as these ones currently are, because I was in custody when you issued the warrants.
That's not actually true. You were not in custody on March 11th. I issued those warrants, those cash or surety bond warrants, on March 11th.
Then why would you
in custody.
release me on March
You
28th?
were ultimately released I think you were taken, not released, but taken to Jefferson County.
No, I was released.
To address.
I was released.
Okay, then if you were released, then you were released on some kind of bond that you
I was
posted,
released
right?
on a PR bail on these charges, which is why I was asking you to please redo that, because the only reason I didn't show up was because I got arrested by Glenwood Springs or Garfield County and then transported to Jefferson County. It seems
pausing for a moment.
I was in custody by another jail after being released on PR bond on all these same ones. And
I hear what you are. I hear what you are arguing. It is not. It's incumbent on the defendant to appear in court on their court date. There can be
But
all
if I'm
kinds of explanations for why someone doesn't appear, but it's not the court's responsibility to simply say, well, because you got arrested by another jurisdiction, you're exempt from having to appear in our court. You had an obligation to appear and you did not appear.
I tried to, they wouldn't bring me. There's nothing I can do about that.
He's acting like getting arrested is like getting caught in the rain. Like it's just a thing that happens randomly. You know what I mean? He's acting as though like his arrest has nothing to do with him whatsoever. And I understand that you're innocent until proven guilty, but like practically speaking, I would argue most of the time when people get arrested, there's a reason. It's not to say they're always going to be found guilty. I'm just saying, like, you know, most of the time I don't think people get arrested for no reason.
Well, right now, I'm maintaining those cash bonds in place. There won't be any other warrants issued on the other cases.
Okay, well, I'm going to go, and I don't mean to interrupt you, sir, but I have to. I'm going to just go ahead and say right now here on record, I'm appearing especially, not generally, and without a verified injured party and without proof of your assumed jurisdiction under administrative legislative statutes and or color of the law, you are violating my constitutional rights according to 42 USC 1983. And if you do not dismiss this case and you continue forward, I will be suing all of you in individual and official capacity for violation and knowingly depriving me of my constitutional rights under the color of the law.
Okay.
If you want to settle it, I'm down to settle it. I'm not.
You can't talk to me about settlement.
Give me money! Overthought says, this guy's the worst. As long as he thinks you're useful to him, you're his friend. If you aren't going to give him what he wants, he's not so nice anymore. Yeah, people like that are scary.
With me present, you can talk to the prosecutor with your lawyer present for that, but I can't negotiate with you because I'm not on the other side of the case. That's between you and the prosecution.
You are the judge, though, and you do have the jurisdictional ability and legislative power to dismiss this before getting sued under 42 USC 1983, which is
I'm not dismissing it, nor do I believe I actually have the authority to dismiss the case where there's probable cause for the charge.
All right.
So the authority to request dismissal comes from the prosecutor's office. Now, let's talk about procedural posture where we're at today. So, Ms. Talene, do you want to come back on Monday or do you want to come back on Wednesday? We can do it either way. It's up to you.
Mr. Cardona, what do you want to do?
I mean, Monday would obviously be the best. I'm also going to contact my other attorney, which is Catherine Spangler, to get the other court date moved up. I'm time served on the other one. I would be time served on this, or you guys can all get sued. I don't really care. But I would prefer Monday. That would be the best. But I also want to give you time, and I'm speaking like me. I'm not trying to be a hard ass. I don't care. I've been getting fucked from every. Excuse me. I've been getting screwed from every angle with.
Stop saying fucking court. Stop saying fucking court. Do not say fucking court.
Without just cause. I've learned a lot of my rights, and I will be exercising them. But again, I would much rather not deal with the fight. Just as I know you would like to not deal with the fight, if we could please come to some form of agreement of time served I've been in jail for 122 days for something I didn't do.
I'm going to pause for now. I'm going to pause now because I think you're having discussions I don't want to hear because I'm not legally allowed to hear them. So we'll reset. Let's reset for Monday.
Yeah, we can reset for Monday. And if I can't do anything on Monday, we'll just reset you again.
Right. So another question I have. So you said they're $500 cash, or if it's a surety, it's $500, right?
That's right.
And so then somebody has to pay a bondsman 10% of that?
That's up to the bonds person. I can't speak for them, but a lot of times they will allow less than the full amount in order to be responsible for the bond. But that's not something I can commit to.
So yeah,
the jail has all of these bonds, so they know what the warrants are and what the bond amounts are. Whatever they determine for you to post to be released, they will do that and accept the payments from you as they deem appropriate, given the documentation that we've given to them.
According to them, less than an hour ago, those 4 $200
So
ones.
so just go talk to the jail about it then and see
Okay.
what you can do because
You're
they
like,
have
shut
the,
up, stop.
yeah.
All right.
They have the, well, no, I'm just saying they have the information. There's nothing else that Judge Khan can do for you. Now it seems like it's going to be between you and the jail and potentially a bondsman.
That's right. Okay.
All right.
We'll see you.
And we'll see you on Monday. Yeah.
What time do you guys know?
10:30.
Okay.
Good luck to that gentleman, because he's got an interesting vibe. Let's say. Alright, we can get into the main show now. Jeesh. Okay. So, Cameron has uploaded more of him in the back of the cop car. It gets pretty out there. It gets pretty crazy. He did upload this with his commentary and commentary of some of his followers. So you will occasionally hear him talking over himself and other people talking or laughing. It's because they're watching this on a live stream together. So, let's go ahead and take a look at some more of Cameron's shenanigans from the back seat of the cop car the other day. Let's check it out.
Yes. Ooh, got into my car with no warning, bro. You're losing all. You won't be on the force longer than 9 months, I promise. This is crazy to me. Any legals? Nah, because as soon as I hit for an injunction, I'm going to hit for a preliminary injunction, and that preliminary injunction is going to get you barred immediately. Because I'm going to send over to the Attorney General everything that happened, then I'm going to send over to my father that works at the...
Oh, this is important.
It's going to get you barred immediately. Because I'm going to send over to the Attorney General everything that happened, then I'm going to send over to my father that works at the feds all over your information.
His father, who works at the feds... Did you hear that? He repeats this later in the video. He claims that his father works for the FBI. Cameron claims his father works for the FBI. If that's true, I'm so interested in everything about it. What does he do at the FBI? I don't know. I'd just be curious to hear more about that claim. And yes, he's sped up a little bit.
This complaint hits, you'll see.
I didn't speed him up. Cameron sped himself up.
It's not going to be against just the city and you. It's also going to be against your individual capacity as well. I don't know if you learned anything in the school academy, but I know they taught you about 1942 because there's a whole section.
It is pretty funny that he acts all badass, but one of his defenses is, Phoenix, I'm gonna tell Daddy. I'm gonna tell my daddy that you arrested me.
The actual Oregon Police Manual that speaks about the Section 1942 and 1983 cases in relation to rights, and it seems as though you just want to abide by whatever policy and presumption after I've rebutted all of your presumptions by reserving all of my rights against you. And even while I stated that I had no aspect of being able to have to identify to you because there was no probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime being committed, you stayed on your presumption as though you could violate my individual rights even though you took an oath to uphold those. And so, not only will we be going after you in your individual capacity, but we'll also be going against your bond. We'll be pulling your oath. And you will see exactly what it's like to violate people's rights and lose your career. There ain't no deal, okay? There ain't no deal. When I get out of my car, you have no legal right, nor do any of your officers, to go into my vehicle as though you do because you didn't have a search warrant. So you illegally obtained any information within that vehicle or conveyance or private property, which is a household good determined under Uniform Commercial Code 9-109, after I reserved all of my rights under 1-308 that I can do so, under the aspect that I have every right to not identify under Browns versus Texas when there is not reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime being committed. And the only aspect in which you could even try to aspect, if you even knew what a crime or definition of a crime would be, is that there's actual harm that's being committed to another. You did not.
That's not the definition of a crime.
Suspect me of bringing.
He always says this, that a crime is when you bring harm to others. A lot of other sovereign citizens repeat that. That's not the definition of a crime. A crime is any illegal act that you can be, like, put in prison for, that you can be imprisoned for if you are found guilty.
Bringing harm to another whatsoever. The definition of a crime is harm to another. A traffic violation is a civil infraction, and there must be a contract in place before one can actually be
Generally, it differentiates from, like, civil matters that only accrue, like, financial penalty.
In violation. Not only that, there also must be one acting in the commission of operating as one employed, earning commerce on the road. See, these are things that you don't understand because they don't teach you the law. and you will turn up the music as loud as you want, but the audio will continue to hear me, because I will speak the truth into the record as much as I will do so. And the record will reflect that as I speak the truth, that I am the I am, the highest of authority, that I am a sovereign citizen under the 1940 joint resolution in our self-governing republic, and that the line of authority...
Didn't he say that I was defaming him for calling him a sovereign citizen, but here he's calling himself a sovereign citizen pursuant to the 1940 joint resolution that he always brings up? I just wish he'd be consistent.
Goes God.
He's God. He thinks we're all God. He's one of those woo-woo spiritual people that's like, we're all God, man, because we're all from source.
Man, government, state, county, city. City is at the lowest of the municipal court. And within your own municipal code, it clearly states that these roads, street, alleyways, byways, and all highways are open as a matter of right for public vehicular travel. And there's nothing that you can do to disregard that. And because you don't know your municipal code, you are in violation of said code. And you have not only violated my life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but you have violated several state statutes. Not only federal code under a 1983 section, and section 242 under Title 18 of the Federal Code, but by you operating in your own ignorance of the law and the rights of the people, you have therefore violated my life, liberty, and the pursuit of my happiness, where there is no reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, nor probable cause. Therefore, since you have no reasonable articulable suspicion and or probable cause of a crime being committed, you have assaulted me, harassed me, kidnapped me, and retaliated me.
Does this guy have an off button?
You really don't understand that they don't teach you enough in the academy. You really don't understand that we are already in formulation of a curriculum with blue to gold.
He has the right to remain Zolit. He doesn't have the ability. There's a difference.
Police Academy. Another one of my good friends, an attorney. And what you will come to realize is that you took an oath. And that oath you have violated. And
this is the boring part, by the way. We haven't gotten to the crazy bit yet when he starts maniacally laughing and singing to her. Dillis Filler says, cops should start acting like pulling your oath and other sobsit constructions are obscene phrases and pretend to be offended or aroused whenever they're employed. That'll get them to stop. No, it wouldn't. What? Aroused? What?
Violation of that oath.
Are you okay?
You will be held responsible, not only in your personal capacity, but you will also be held in your professional capacity. And you will be held to the full extent of the law, because ignorance of the law is no excuse. And you think the statute, this color of law, applies to me. But I swear, dear, you made a huge mistake tonight.
Don't call her dear, creepy.
And I tried to warn you when I tried to walk away, and you grabbed me illegally, without reasonable, articulable suspicion, or probable cause of a crime being committed. And it is not my fault that your ignorance shows that you don't know what a crime is. But this little trip that you're taking me on, dear, ain't nothing to a boss like me. Because I'm a real one, and I'm gonna show you what it's like to be a real American tonight.
He's a boss. Did you know that? He's very cool.
You violated the wrong one's rights.
Get her.
You go get him!
There will be a complaint filed against you in the next 2 weeks, I guarantee it. Get ready.
Oh, you know, he claimed he got an officer removed from their position at that other police department. Turns out they weren't removed from their position. They got promoted to sergeant. So they are not in their old position because they got promoted.
You might want to look me up. I'll let you know right now. My YouTube channel's power inherent in the people. Good luck. You're the third one this year. Hey guys, I got another one.
Here we go.
I love it, I love it, I love it. You go.
And I'm at 88, American Disabilities Act.
Oh, she walked all the way 3 ways to Sunday.
You're fired. You will be fired.
You're fired.
Okay.
That's
Okay, I'm fine about that. Did she really just say, okay, I'm fine about that when you said she was going to be fired?
This is the part where all the people in Cameron's group tell him he's doing great, even though he sounds insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
She didn't listen to any of it. She was ignoring.
Yeah,
most
she didn't
of all
listen to
of it.
anything.
Did he edit in these other clips? He only showed this on a live stream, so the other audio is people watching it with him live.
So Cam's gonna have to show her what it is.
See, these are people from the live stream. That guy's
You
working,
muted, Cam.
looks like.
Cam, you're muted.
Whoop.
GIO in the Wisdom Discord, that's what they did to them. They solicited a trespass and then just screwed him all over. And I'm so glad this is being recorded, because when you get deposed, you won't be confident.
I think you need to reevaluate your law degree.
I think you need to look up
Your
Cameron James
6-month
Wilson
law
and see
degree?
how many cases I've won.
How many cases have you won, Cameron? And I mean won, not dismissed. How many have you won? How far are we into the Cameron stuff? Not too far.
I don't have a license. They've suspended my right to apply for the privilege. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful that God continuously puts ignorant cops in my path to sue. I can't wait to let everybody know. As soon as I FOIA this, you're so screwed.
My father was a drinker and a fiend. What do I even add to this? I wanted some nuance, but this is what I get. Someone maniacally laughing in the backseat of a cop car. I don't even know what to do with this. It's too funny on its own.
You're gonna look like the state trooper, and you're so confident now, but when you get deposed in about 9 to 12 months, you're not gonna be as fucking snooty as you are now. And that's what's hilarious. It's so funny. Come on, take me to the Sally Port. Let's get this over with. Come on. I can't do nothing but laugh, bro. Like, I'm literally 75%, our team is 75% done with the curriculum for the new course that's being developed for constitutional rights to train you people. And you really think that you're going to sit here, you need to really reevaluate your law degree. People are going to trip out on YouTube on that comment alone, bro.
You don't have a law degree, Cameron. You're not a lawyer or an attorney.
I just can't wait.
Where's your law degree?
Salem is not even going to defend you. They're not even going to defend you. They're going to fire you and then tell you to defend yourself. You're going to have to get your own attorney.
The forced laughter. If Cameron ever sees this, the forced laughter... Like, I understand that people within your group love this shit because for whatever reason they read it as confidence, but to people outside of your group, this laughter sounds insane. Like, you sound certifiable, and I don't mean that as an insult, I mean that as a matter of fact. I mean that as you seem like you're unstable and might be a danger to yourself. This is not the convincing, like, video you think that it is.
Out of your own money because they're gonna fire you.
What?
You're laughing. Oh, I know you looked in that back seat, and I know you saw that big boy law dictionary.
Oh boy, you bought a law dictionary that's almost 100 years old. Wow, that must mean he's legitimate.
Okay, well, I know your partners did, and I can't wait. You illegally opened up my car without a warrant. You did?
You don't actually need a warrant.
Yes, you do.
You don't.
Okay, we'll see. Get ready.
Like I said.
Get ready. Wasn't a valid traffic stop, and we'll figure it out when we figure out that you were speeding on the roads. Weren't you? It's called fruit of the poisonous tree, dear. It's a doctrine in which you have no clue about.
Clearly, neither do you.
That's why I just said it.
Just because you can name something doesn't mean you know anything about it.
Man, bro, I keep talking. You're building it up for the civil suit, dude.
Damn, her ego.
That's alright.
Yeah.
Like I said, I
thought he was using the 3rd edition, but you're probably right, Italian Shakespeare. Or not Italian Shakespeare, sorry, Jay's a proxy, maybe closer to 50 years. Black's Law Dictionary request, what do you want me to look up? Driver? We've looked it up before in the new one, but I can look it up.
more than happy to explain to you why I pulled you over and the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, and you made a request, and your request is not lawful.
According to you.
according to the Supreme Court.
Oh, Cameron's the Supreme Court now. Did you know that? Terradona says, is he trying to to be a D-tier Batman villain? Because the evil laugh and monologue needs work. He couldn't even be the trickster. So let's not even say he's the Joker. He couldn't even be the goddamn trickster, okay?
I highly doubt that you know what the Supreme Court thinks about that. I wish you the best of luck.
There ain't no luck.
Although I do enjoy Mark Hamill as the trickster, but that's because he's basically just the Joker.
Get ready to get a lawsuit within the next 2 weeks. You will be summoned.
In fairness, he said that to me too, and look at where we are, so.
And within 30 days.
Let's see, what state were you born in?
I
was born in any state.
What country were you born in?
There you go, Cam.
I don't answer any questions.
Don't answer questions.
You know your social security number.
I don't answer any questions.
If I did know, I wouldn't.
Driver, someone who steers and propels a vehicle, someone who herds animals, or a piece of software that allows a computer to work with another piece of hardware, such as a mouse or printer. So the first one, of course, is the important one here, someone who steers and propels a vehicle, which we know he was doing.
Tell you.
Alright, well the jail has booking questions for you. It has absolutely nothing to do with your case. They're going to ask you them whether it's from me or them, so it's a lot easier if you just answer them now.
I've already reserved all
Do you have
rights.
any illnesses?
Oh shit, fuck.
Reserve all rights, including my right to remain silent.
I just spilled a Coke, give me a sec. Boo! Boo! Fluid dynamics! Boo! Sorry.
Do you have any injuries? Are you suicidal? Do you have any mental health issues? Take any medication?
Is she a doctor?
Do you have any ADA needs? Have you been in a car accident in the last 24 hours? Ever been sexually assaulted while in custody?
Did you take a note to this conversation?
Reminder that, like, he'll bring up the ADA later like it's a gotcha, but she literally asks right there if he has any ADA needs. And we know that he has a prosthetic limb, so, like, if he does have special needs with that, he should have brought it up when she asked. And it annoys me that they ask if she's a doctor. She's not trying to give medical advice. She's asking basic questions to ensure the safety of the person in her, detention while she has them in case they have any medical issues.
Constitution. Oh, Jesus, it's good when they take an oath.
Oh, this is where he starts singing. Yeah.
Then they break it home.
Viz with a $3 tip says this guy's silly. True! Green guy says, hey Hannah, just got you the butt donut and butt paw and some Powerade. No butts. Oh, thank you! Those will be good. Yeah, those are from the wish list. The butt pad will help for sure. So thank you.
Don't you love it when they violate rights of those who live free? No reasonable, articulable suspicion or probable cause. No crime committed yet. She detained me without cause.
Cameron, she arrested you because of failure to present and resisting arrest, which was a charge that was added on.
There's corpus delicti, but she
New
can't
theme song.
prove it. No verifiable claimant. Where's the sworn affidavit?
We need a recording
Officer
studio.
who never identified herself.
Benikagami says, I really wish these sob sits paid attention to current events. This shit wouldn't work 20 years ago, but between pro-cop laws on qualified immunity and SCOTUS decisions that basically say cops can do whatever they want, this shit is even more meaningless. All sob sits accomplish now is feeding the cop persecution complex that makes police reform even harder. Agreed. I think they're actively harming the police's perception of the people that they interact with. And don't get me wrong, like, it's still the onus should be on the police for how they behave, but still, I don't think it's helping. I think it's harming everyone.
I would buy your CD cam.
Sing, baby.
Looking for a sworn affidavit, a verified complainant of a probable cause of a crime being committed.
You can request a copy from the jail.
There won't be one because there's no body of member of the public that's brung forth any crime.
I'm bringing forth the crime.
No, it don't work like that.
That is exactly how it works.
You think that's how it works, but that's ratification of ratification of commencement. You work for the corporation.
What corporation do I work for?
The city of Salem.
And?
It's a corporation.
Okay, and?
The corporation cannot be a claimant or a verified victim when there is no crime. It's called lack of ratification.
Salem was the victim.
It's called a lack of ratification of commencement.
Did I say the city of Salem was the victim?
Okay, so then why you got me in cuffs?
Because you committed a crime.
Okay, what crime?
Fail to carry and present.
That's not a crime.
It is a crime.
No.
So I can read it to you?
Do you know what the definition of a crime is?
Not what you're about to say.
Do you know what the definition of a crime is?
I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read you the
Okay, I'm going to read you the I'm going to tell you what the definition of a crime is. The definition of a crime is bringing harm to another.
That's not the definition of a crime. A crime is anything that's illegal that can get you jail time.
If you'd like me to
The
explain.
definition of a crime, I don't need you to explain to me what I've already argued in depositions in federal cases that I've won.
You asked what crime you committed.
What federal case? He keeps bringing up cases he's won. What cases have you won, Cameron? He says it, and then the most I ever see is cases that are dropped for, like, reasons of the cop didn't show up or some, like, random procedural reason. I've yet to see him win a lawsuit, like a civil lawsuit that affirmatively says they broke my rights.
There is no crime because there is no harm.
You didn't ask if there was harm. You asked.
That's what the definition of a crime is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you can argue in court.
I won't argue in court because I'll file a motion and all this shit's gonna get dismissed.
File a motion in court.
And I won't come to court.
Okay, well then you'll have a warrant out for your.
No, I won't because it'll be a trial by declaration. It's called
A trial by declaration? Cameron, do you think you can just send in an affidavit to court and then not go to trial? Oh, God.
to David. As soon as it gets sent
That's a good way to get a bench warrant.
over to the Attorney General, it gets dismissed. Just like it's going to be sent over to the FBI. I done told
Sassy P with a huge $100 super chat says, "Hi, Hannah. Haven't caught the stream lately. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. I have a surgery next week. I'm pretty excited." So thank you very much for the incredibly generous super chat.
you my dad works for the FBI. I don't know what you don't get about that.
My daddy works for the feds. Don't you understand?
I don't know why that's relevant.
Well, because you're about to get fired. You thought I was joking. Like, I don't know what you think this is. Well, you keep ridiculing me. And I'm not mistaken. Sergeant Duran he's cooked. Just like
I wonder if he's a sovereign citizen because he has daddy issues.
Sergeant
That would be relatable.
Sergeant
That'd
Hoving
be the only relatable thing about Cameron is the daddy issues.
off. And the boy Christian, David Christensen on Washington State Patrol. You totally next. You city police. Like, you gonna realize when you get deposed and made a fool of in the evidentiary hearing, if it even gets that far, but I guarantee you it doesn't, because the DA knows you cannot speed to catch up to someone who has not committed a crime. You don't get to do 35, 45.
You were committing a crime. You were operating without, I believe the reason she initially stopped you was because she ran and you were operating either without an up-to-date registration or insurance. Want to say maybe insurance, which she was able to glean from your license plate.
5 and a 25.
Do you have a speedometer?
It runs back 30 seconds.
I'm asking if you have a speedometer.
Okay, listen. Do you think these people are stupid enough? Do you think these people are stupid?
Which people?
The people that gets on a jury, or actually I wouldn't even do a jury trial. It's just going to be a bench trial. If it gets to even that, which it's not. Everything's going to be fruit of the poisonous tree.
100.
Trial by declaration is something allowed for disputing some traffic violations. Don't know if this would count, though. I can't imagine so, because we're beyond just traffic concerns. I think the main charge that still stands from this is resisting arrest, and that wouldn't fall under that.
I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
Be confident. 9 months you're cooked. I wouldn't even bet that. I bet you right before, because all I gotta do is have it put on the news like we did, homeboy. Go ahead and look up Power Inherent and the People on YouTube. You'll see. All the proof's there, darling. Let's go.
Again, talking down to her because she's a young woman, calling her darling, because of course he fucking does.
Look me in. What we waiting on?
In the pudding.
We got paperwork to do. I told you that.
Let's go. You can do it inside the jail. What you waiting outside for?
Can't do it outside jail.
You prolonging it. You prolonging it. If you had to pull me
He desperately wants to be in charge of the situation.
for insurance, it's a Fourth Amendment violation to prolong the stop further than just giving me
We're not on a stop anymore. You're arrested. You think you're in a traffic stop still? How high are you? Allegedly, my opinion. He probably might not be high here. I'm just making a joke. Like, do you think you're on a traffic stop right now? You're handcuffed in the backseat of a cop car. You're not on a traffic stop. You've been arrested.
for insurance.
Can't give you a ticket if I don't know who you are.
I have every right to remain silent.
Sure.
Okay, exercise it. Do that. Stop talking.
Means I have the right to arrest you for failure to carry possession.
No, you don't. If I have a right to remain silent and not providing for any information, you can't arrest me for standing on my rights. That's a secondary charge. There's no crime. Ah!
Reminder, his followers think he's doing great. They think he's handling this calmly and rationally.
Okay.
Yes, they train y'all so bad, and then they put you into a position to where you literally not only get sued in your professional capacity, but because all of the money that you just earned from this career is now about to be taken by me. Everything. Because you don't even, it's like, you just sat here and literally said, yeah, you have every right to remain silent, but you have to ID.
Yes, your Fifth Amendment right is against self-incrimination. That doesn't mean you can't ID. You are required to ID if you're operating a motor vehicle. Like, that's just a fact. I don't think you understand your Fourth Amendment rights, Cameron. Fifth Amendment rights, sorry. I'm telling you, my brain's mush this week.
It's like, it's the ignorance. The ignorance. The ignorance is so beyond me. And then you sit here and illegally, without a warrant, go into my car while you watch me on body cam, lock it, and roll up the windows. Oh my God! You literally went into my car and pulled out my ID illegally! Without a warrant! If it was on my person, okay, maybe you could get away with it. But you opened up my car door with it locked and went in. Oh my God. It's a million. Easy million. Easy. Another one. Within 2 months. That's why I say God is great. And then you want to be like, are you okay? Yes. I'm excited. I'm so excited that I get to go to jail again for an ignorant cop who doesn't know how to uphold people's rights. They just think they can do whatever they want out here. And I just keep getting paid. I just keep getting paid.
When have you been paid? Cameron, again, I beseech you, when have you been paid? When have you actually won a lawsuit? When have you won one and they wrote you a check? Where's the check? Can we see the check?
Wow. Thank you, God. Another one to go fucking viral. Hey, guys, look. This is crazy, right? Look, hey, God is great, right?
God is good.
I told y'all,
All
man.
the time.
All you have to do is stand in honor every time. And look what they do. As long as you stand in honor, they can't help but violate your rights. Because they've been trained so poorly that they can't.
Why is it taking so long to get to the police station? They're at the police station. She's parked and writing up a report.
do anything else,
She's in the front seat right now. She's in the car with him.
then violate you. It's just what it is. And here we go again. Hey, Greg, get ready for another one, boy. We're tag teaming this one. This one's $1 million plus. And they towed the car. On an easement. There's an easement. It's on the easement. She went and knocked on the property owner's door. It was parked. They didn't even put a sticker. She never even pulled me over, bro. Oh, man. So because there's a suspension on my right to apply in Oregon, she said my driver's license is suspended. Come on, man. You're prolonging my time. Let's go. Put me into the jail. You're prolonging my time. Court, as you can see, we're sitting outside of the jail, and she's continuously prolonging my time by sitting here in the car rather than taking me into...
Dakota Storm says, I'm genuinely concerned for his mental well-being after this. I'm concerned for his mental well-being in the same way I'm concerned for Charles Manson's mental well-being. It's concerning, but what I'm more concerned about is his ability to influence others. You know what I mean? He has a group of people. Since we started covering him, he's gained almost another 10,000 subscribers. The guy's popular in sovereign citizen circles.
The Sally Port to get booked in so that I can get out immediately. She's intentionally, right now, not taking me into the Sally Port. We're parked outside of the jail.
How he goes on other sovereign citizens channels and he does shorts, and I don't know if he does TikTok, but I know he does, I think, Instagram, Facebook stuff. So yeah, he does social media stuff that pulls people in.
She should take you back to your car.
You never think this guy could be charismatic from this video? You gotta understand that, I forget who posited it, but there's a model of charisma that doesn't say that charisma is a quality that one inherently has. It's something that people lend to other people. And I'm of the tendency, especially after Trump and everything, and some other cult leaders I've seen that are not charismatic in the typical sense, I tend to agree with this model of charisma, that charisma is very much in the eye of the beholder, right? If someone has a message that you like, you will see their messaging as charismatic. Now, there are limits to this, of course, but, like, you can lend charisma to people that they don't necessarily have because you like what they have to say. You like how you feel around them. You like the community. You grant them charisma. You know what I mean? Not an inherent stat, so to speak, but the perception of others. Is Trump charismatic? I don't think he is, but I think it's impossible to say he's not charismatic to a large number of people. I think you'd have to be delusional to say he's not. You know what I mean? Look at the reality that we live in. Tens, hundreds of millions of people love him. So, Fenton Kagami says, man, it's great that we're on the verge of complete societal collapse, and instead of people saving money and building community to try to weather the storm, people are giving their money to people like this and adopting their selfish ideology. Yeah, things are going to go great. I'm sure the rest of our lives are going to be super fun. Unironically, I'm so glad I didn't have kids. Holy shit. If you have kids, I don't know how you're doing it. Woof.
What's your badge number? What's your badge number? How long you been on the force?
How's he going to be able to sue Van Balian in the UK? Cameron's even more infamous now. Yeah, for those that didn't see, Van Balian, who's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, like, Sobsit commentary channel, did a video on Cameron, so that's fun.
How long you been on the force? You ever been sued before? You ever been sued? Am I gonna be your first lawsuit? You think you'll survive?
such an asshole.
Coming after your bond. Coming after your car. Coming after your house.
I hope she got one too.
100.
Has he threatened to sue Team Skeptic yet? I don't think so. I don't think Team Skeptic's covered him.
I'm letting you know right now. You don't get to violate. You don't get to violate people's rights.
That's root of attachment, man.
Karma's gonna show you what's
everything.
up. You mess with the wrong one. Get ready. Go ahead and look up Cameron Wilson versus Hood River. Go ahead and look up Cameron Wilson versus Washington.
Cameron Wilson versus Hood River, the defendants just filed a motion, I think, for summary judgment. Or, no, is it a dismissal? Either way, it's something.
Just say please right now. You'll find it on the internet. Go ahead and look.
See, I'm trying to get her to talk, but she will not talk.
I want to go ahead and look in y'all's system, find out about Cameron.
She just won't talk.
Failure to carry and present.
Now she's typing up a report right now.
You know that's a secondary charge.
Yeah, she's typing up. You can hear her fingers.
It is for summary judgment. You have the PDF. Nice. Thanks, it comes back.
In the background. She's
VC Archives Twitch account got axed yesterday. That's a bummer. Was it for all the Star Trek? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's a shame. I love her. She's great. But, like, that was risky playing, like, full-ass Star Trek episodes regularly. I wondered if that was gonna keep going for a while.
Nothing. Taking in your boots.
Oh, boy.
You could
Pretty
get
sure
her
she's
shut
taking
Hope she's able to start something new. I know she has a YouTube, so.
in her boots right now.
Well, she about to start talking again soon. She about to put the nail in the coffin here in a little bit. I mean, look, there's still. Oh, I don't know how much.
Another nail in the coffin?
He's so confident, but that deposition comes.
Several streamers do that. That's crazy to me. I don't know how people get away with that. Like, hey, power to them. I'm not here to go to bat for multi-million-dollar corporations. I think it's fucking hilarious, but sucks when you get got for it, you know?
I swear you won't be confident.
Yeah, digging her grave.
Yeah, she's putting it in. She's thinking it's over here, bro.
Illegal arrest, illegal detention, unlawful detainment.
Pickles Bunny says, I wonder if he ever gets so persistent the police start to question themselves too. I know they get training, but it often isn't that long and doesn't really cover much in-depth law stuff. I've wondered the same thing, because even I am willing to tell you guys this because I think it's important. Even I, who study the sovereign citizen stuff all the time, knowing that it's bullshit. Oh, for Twilight Zone episodes? Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, gotta be careful. Don't fuck with Viacom. That sucks. Hope she's able to get a new channel. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, even when I listen to Cameron, because I sometimes will sit there and I'll play a video game or something if I have a day off, and I'll listen to Cameron's videos for like 6 hours straight or something. And every once in a while, I'll have to remind myself, like, oh yeah, he's just really confident. Like, he's full of shit. Anytime you actually fact-check anything he says, it's bullshit. But, like, if you sit and listen to it long enough, you can get lulled into almost your brain. You can feel it getting pulled into, like, wait, does he have a point? And then you go, like, wait, no. Once I check this against reality, it's not true. He misstated something or misunderstood something. I think that's just how our brains work, you know? We kind of trust people. We want to trust people. To some extent, we all have a trust bias, you know? Gets taken advantage of.
Assault, battery, policeman.
I'm a glutton for punishment. No, I have a hyperfixation on delusional people. I've dealt with delusions myself, and I find the whole concept fascinating, you know? How do we even know what real is, you know? How do we determine our maps of reality, and how do we try to continually ensure that it's close enough to reality for survival? And how does it get so off path? How do you get so self-deluded? It's a fascinating topic. It's very scary to go through, especially when you come out of it and you're like, oh my god, I was acting like a fucking nutbag. So, I don't know. I just find the whole topic interesting.
Misconduct, harassment, kidnapping, unlawful imprisonment, 1985, 241, 242, Section 1983 claim, conspiracy because you had your partner open up my door illegally to take off of the covering to hide my VIN because I'm private. Ooh.
You're not allowed to hide your VIN, Cameron.
Man.
She got a lot, bro.
Yeah, there is 241 because they conspired against you.
Yeah.
Court. Salem Court. Just want to let y'all know this is the kind of stuff that we got to deal with all the time. And this is why we do what we do. We've already brought this to y'all's attention a couple of different times through other organizations. And as we've done so, here now I am, Cameron James Wilson, in the back of this vehicle, being detained illegally on a secondary charge of fair to carry and present, as though there had been a crime that had been committed. So she also claims that it's a crime. Clearly, again, the police don't understand or not educated the aspect of the differences between violations of statutes in relation to secondary aspects that are required versus what we have as far as our rights. And she clearly read my rights.
Yeah, you have to commit loss, injury, and harm first.
But yet, I'm being arrested for fair to carry.
Yeah, and she in the front seat right now. Damn, look at me, bro. That's crazy, bro. These new numbers are wild. 3, 3, 3, 3. When I pause it and talk. Okay, so
he's talking about the numbers on the bar for how far into the video he's in. He's into numerology. He's into a lot of conspiracy stuff. Surprise! He thinks numbers are significant and the universe sends him special numbers.
Oh, bro, there's no way that it could just happen like that. Even the micro is a 3. Okay, so come on.
It literally is just like that, Cameron. Yes, there are 3 threes in it. Okay?
It just be like that, bro. All right, so
sometimes it do be like that.
What's crazy though, bro, is the aspect that she's in the front seat now listening to me. I know she knows I'm serious, but she's still gonna try and deflect and in her own mind play as though it's not real. And that's some real psychosis there. Like there's some
the projection going on is kind of incredible.
There's you're not attached to reality. Your logic is gone. They've trained the person into a mind state that is not even of themselves. It's like they've lost logic. They've gained maybe some investigatory judgment, a talent to be able, I would say, to maybe read people or understand situations better so that they can, I guess it's kind of like people reading. But in the same sense, I will never be the person that you will be able to read.
Again, Cameron, I get the feeling you're going to watch this, at least this segment, because I think you like to hear what people are saying about you, which fair enough. You are not difficult to read. You basically have 2 modes, acting like you're super confident and cool and know everything, or freaking out and repeating legal nonsense that you think you understand in a hasty, like, manner to try and overpower people because you get kind of manic and excitable. Like, those things aren't hard to read. We can read you like a book, Cameron. Please calm down and stop acting like you're a supervillain, or a superhero, or a secret agent, or some secret rights protector. However you're envisioning yourself, it's incorrect. Thanks, Lady Anne.
You will never be able to read me because as soon as I figure out a question or I feel an energy that you are projecting towards me, right, in any form or fashion, right, any kind of projection or energetic field that's getting placed against me, I'm going to come up and combat that. I'm going to figure out a way to swerve, sway in some way to combat what you got. But bro, it's not a listen. Maybe I'm bringing in some of my salesman tactics, right? And being able to learn and understand different types of personalities and traits, right? And then to be able to match that, or to combat that, to figure out where triggers are and where they're not, or de-escalate or escalate again to pull out more emotion. So it's all dependent upon, of course, how they gonna act. But at the same time, as you see, I'm actively now I'm seeing, okay, well, I'm trying to engage with you to argue with me, but you're busy and you won't. So now I'm going to take this time to actively start speaking truths out within myself of the situation, right? And at least allow her to hear that. So maybe some of the deeper moral things that are within that we're trying to reignite throughout our nation again actually gets lit, actually starts to kindle, actually says, man, I messed up. Because right now, when she got that tag, bro, on her Facebook, she knew what time it was. She watched that
He tagged her on Facebook.
Video before she probably deleted me, bro. She knows, bro, the time is coming. And that's the problem. Nobody wants to sit here and have to continuously keep doing this, though. All we want to say is, leave us alone.
No, stop breaking the law, asshole. You don't get left alone when you keep breaking the law. That's not how any of this works. This isn't, I'm not doing anything, leave me alone. You're actively driving on public roads without insurance, without licenses, without registrations, whatever. I'm not saying specifically all of this about Cameron, but sovereign citizens in general. Cameron, stop telling people to do things that are illegal.
Please learn that we have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if you are engaged in taking away my happiness for whatever it is that you see fit, that is not applicable to a crime with a verified complainant, with a sworn affidavit, being thus a body of crime, and matching both men's...
Cameron, the cops can charge you for driving without a license. Period. End of sentence. Move on.
Rea and actus reus, which is a guilty mind and a guilty act, then please shut the fuck up.
Mens rea is not an element to every crime. It's like he learned like 20 different legal words and he just keeps reusing them in different combinations. He's like the pseudo-legal Taco Bell menu. It's just the same 5 ingredients remixed.
And bag back as politely as I can be. Your ignorance is not going to hinder our freedom and happiness anymore. That's what you must understand. You must understand your place. Your place is not to tell people what to do. Your place is to be a servant, just as much as I am a servant, just as much as every single person that is in here is a servant. We help each other. We build each other. We grow together. Bro, this is only one life, and you literally think that you have the audacity to grab someone and take their freedom away.
How many times did you watch Legally Blonde? Probably none. She actually went to law school. Harvard Law School.
Because of your illegal actions and boredom. It behooves me to understand the comprehension of why such reconciliation... Just the aspects of you thinking you could just, man, yo, I cannot. It's so hard to fathom. I can't even put it into English language. I can't. It makes no sense. Like, you're a woman. Where is your empathy and compassion?
You know how exclusively women are capable of empathy and compassion. Or at least especially so. Dillis Filler says, bring back the quesarito, Cameron, you coward.
What happened to y'all? It's like women can't even be women now.
This woman didn't agree with me. Is it because she's woke? I'm the woka, baby. Hydrate, will do. Jesus Christ.
This just shows, again, the ignorance of these people and how, again, it is not necessarily about crimes. Because again, we all to bring harm against another individual. But it's about power and control. And it's like she said, clearly on the body cam, I asked, I requested, and she can. She has all right to ask and request. No doubt about it. And I also have every right to refuse and deny, especially when there's no valid Terry stop. And we know this is both not a valid Terry stop as of March 25th, on our latest decision coming over from the federal judge. So, you know, as we have that on our record and on our docket,
We're on a random hype train. If you want to help the train, you can use bits or subscriptions.
we can clearly see, you know, that they just continuously do what they do. And that's why we continuously win. And I'm very grateful for the situation to be in again, just to have another situation to continuously show that no matter what, we always get our money back on those bonds, as you see. But then the aspect, too, that we're always winning. And
I mean, you're supposed to get your money back on your bond if you show up to court. That's fine. That's fine. Do you think they want you to lose your money?
Crooked cops off the street. And that's what we got to do. And all power is inherent in you. And I want y'all to remember that I am you, and we are us. And we are all a part of the great I am.
That doesn't mean anything, Cameron. You're basically just doing a weird culty thing to say, we're all the same, we're all one. Except you're not. You're different individuals. Stop trying to foment a cult.
And I thank God for this experience.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
I know I gotta get the good footage. I gotta get the best footage I can while I'm back. You know, it's that LiDAR. It's that black and white, baby. So, just smile. And know that God's always got a purpose, you know. And we're gonna change this nation as we have been doing. And we'll continuously do it. And just keep thanking the great creator. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Everyone.
Yep.
So fast that I park, and by the time I park, then you turn on your lights, and I'm out of my my private property that is not registered with the state whatsoever. So there's no contract. So you know that I'm not driving because there's no contract. All in the claim that you said, the insurance.
Classy. Green guy with a tip says, Hannah, can you do me a favor and add meal food to your wish list so I could buy you and your wife dinner, lunch, or brunch? I could probably do a gift card or something. I don't know how much, like, dinner or meal stuff we could get that would be able to be delivered through Amazon. Just a Peach says, the most butch femme lesbians I have met are from the Salem area, so that could have some effect.
When you see no passengers. Oh, God. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, man. You're the first female cop, though, that I get to depose, so that'll be cool.
For real.
Right there. Your career's gone.
So where do you lose it, Cam? I haven't. You've been pretty composed. I think.
Oh no, I'm gonna lose it, bro.
Oh, we're about to get loud on her.
It's gonna.
I can't wait to read the law right in your face. Play back this and you say, I highly disagree. And I get to read to you
Gillis
the
Filler,
law.
thanks for 400 bits. Oh, there's a Black's Law Dictionary request. Who did that? That was a while ago. Swan Croak, you want me to look up insanity? Can do. 27% to level 1 on the hype train.
On deposition. Yo, and then they keep asking me what's wrong. But y'all all know this is me. Y'all know this is me all day, so I just can't wait. What? I am.
She said, I said, are you okay, Cameron?
You just don't get this is my personality.
If this is your personality, I would argue that you need some help. Stone Corbell, thank you for gifting a sub. 58% to level 1 with 40 seconds left. Insane, mentally deranged, suffering from one or more delusions or false beliefs that 1. Have no foundation in reason or reality, 2. Are not credible to any reasonable person of sound mind, and 3. Cannot be overcome in a sufferer's mind by any amount of evidence or argument. That sounds about right, honestly. I think that's about right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting 3 tier 1 subs and saving the hype train. Level 1 complete. Thank you. Nemesaur, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Appreciate you both.
What?
I said there's no one back there.
There is this camera. I'm talking directly in the camera because guess what?
Nobody there.
The camera is right there, and I'm talking to. Guess what? Everybody on YouTube is going to see this. I'm talking to everybody that's going to see this on YouTube. The million.
Dillis Miller says, oh, that's where the start of Crazy Train came from.
Of people that are going to see. Listen, you don't understand how law works.
You seem unwell.
I'm perfectly fine. What I'm saying is, as soon as I get out, I send over a notice to your department, and within 10 days, they are by law required, and they must give me all body cam, all of the footage in the car. Within 10 days, by law, it's going on YouTube. Get ready to be humiliated. Humiliated. Guess what? As soon as I get out, I'm actually going to stick around in Salem for the next week and humiliate you to death. Because I
humiliate you to death.
I have all right to do so. You are a horrible cop. You are a rights violator. You are a rights violator. You are going to be put on the Brady's list. You're going to be put on the Brady's list. Brady list. Brady list. You're going on the Brady list. Brady list. Brady.
See, I got her
It was a
going
little too much Spokane talk, man. Yeah.
now, bro. Now she's getting pissed. I got her. She's talking back and shit. So
Oh yeah, he put this up. He thinks this makes him look great. This is his YouTube channel.
I'm pissing her up even a little more. So here we go.
List. You're going on the Brady list. Brady list. Brady list. You're going on the Brady list, my darling. Get up. Get up. Going on the Brady list, my darling. Get up. Get up. You're going on the Brady list. Get ready.
Having fun with this.
Oh, wait. Y'all remember this one from the last video?
Sing.
Hey, what was your name again? I don't know her name. Get ready. Judge, I'm sorry. I had to do it because they're just so arrogant. They get into your... Oh, what? I can call somebody? Let me do that then. Hey, Siri. Call my mom on speaker, FaceTime audio.
Yeah, he calls his mom. Rick M with 100 bits says, I'd like to ask Cameron what would convince him that he's wrong about how the legal system works. Nothing. Nothing would.
They coming to get me now. Look, she's getting out right now. Look, you can see her.
Yeah, you're trying to call someone.
Oh, she out.
You're not allowed to call someone on your cell phone right now.
They coming to get my ass, bro. He said, you about to make a call? Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm in the back of a cop car right now. I got arrested. She illegally pulled me over.
She did not illegally pull you over.
And, she's saying it's for, failure to ID. I got another failure to ID. So,
I wonder if his parents are just, like, huge enablers or what.
It's a secondary. So.
Where's it at? He's probably got it on your side, bud.
Yeah, so I'm in Salem right
Friendly
now.
fart.
No, don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Don't tell me what to do. You're in the back of a cop car.
It's in his hand, I'm sure. He wants to play games.
To play games.
There's no reason. You got a warrant for my phone?
The law isn't a game.
You got a warrant for my phone?
Cameron, let it go.
No.
Relief to call emergency services.
Why are you?
Do you
That's
have
my
a warrant?
finger.
I don't need a warrant.
This guy over here, he goes, I don't need a warrant. I'm going to do what I want. I made sure to read his name.
But he doesn't need a warrant to take your phone while you're arrested.
Well,
You
to,
think he
like,
needs a warrant?
Frisk you and make sure that everything in your pocket.
He would need a warrant to, like, get into it, potentially, but, like, he's just taking it from you. 30 seconds on the hype
They're out
train.
before they put you in the back of a patrol car.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this dude here, his name's Kelly. I make sure to say his name because when he came over here, he actually found out how to get my wrist and the handcuff, and he did, like, some kind of really nasty handcuff push into my wrist. Bro, it fucked my wrist up. Like, that shit hurt. That shit hurt.
Kelly.
Did he grab your thumb and smash it into the back of your back?
So what they just
That
did, Kelly, he just
Thanks for the hype train, everyone.
he just pushed my wrist so far into the handcuffs that they made me release my phone. So they took my phone, my property from me without a warrant again because I made
They don't need a warrant. You're under arrest. How does he pretend he knows the law and he doesn't even understand that they can take his phone while they're arresting him? Is he crazy?
Again, another retaliation. I can't wait. You just introduced Kelly into a lawsuit too. And now this handcuff is so tight that it's cutting off my circulation because you didn't lock this other one and he just pushed it really tight. So I just gave you notice of that. I just gave you notice that this handcuff is super tight on my wrist and it's cutting off my circulation. And if you continue to do it, it's even more of an egregious crime against me. So I'm letting you know now. If you continue to have my hand being cut off by circulation because Kelly just pushed these handcuffs closer in, it's going to be even more egregious. I am requesting medical attention for my circulation and my hand being cut off. See, this is what
we're almost done with him, by the way.
They do. So I just let them know of a medical
You're fine, Harold Ebbleman.
emergency because the circulation in my hands.
That shit really did hurt, bro. Like that shit was. When they didn't lock the handcuffs, when he did that, he pushed the handcuffs so hard into my shit, I had to let go. That's why I was like, bitch. And then
I was like, bitch.
It stayed tight, bro. The handcuffs.
Torture cuffs. Torture cuffs.
They just tightened up the cuffs. Kelly did. I literally can't even feel my hands starting to become numb. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. You can be polite. You can walk away. They're just going to continue to do what they do.
You actually can't walk away when you're being detained, which you were, which was the problem.
Because they're thugs. They're the criminals.
What?
I have brought no harm, but look who's bringing harm to me. For what?
For breaking the law, dipshit. For breaking the law.
For me standing on my rights to hold my own phone. For me to stand on my rights to be quiet and not get intruded by.
When were you being quiet?
Intimidation or fear. Or thugs who think they can just come up and bully people because they got guns and tasers. I mean, she literally grabbed me. And I could have literally fought her off because it's illegal. But I let her, bro. I let her. I let her have her force. I let her feel as though she had power over me.
That woman didn't have power over me. I let her feel like she had power over me.
But that was only because these people are crazy, bro. They'll fucking pull out a gun and shoot you just for standing up on who.
Oh, so you did what she wanted out of fear, so she had power over you. Cool. Glad we cleared that up.
Who you are and who you know and what is right. If you stand up for what is right, they kill you because you don't comply. I'm not.
Cameron, trying to use actual innocent people, or at least people who shouldn't have been shot and killed by the police, and using that to try and, like, equivocate on your stupid bullshit is ridiculous. You're breaking the law, Cameron. Is it the most serious law in the world? Not all the time, but you should have insurance and you can't operate your vehicle on the road without a license and registration. And if you choose to continually not do it, you're gonna get arrested time and time again. And no one, except for other crazy people, is gonna shed a single tear for you. Fennikagami says, "Hey Cameron, would you like to know what crime you committed? Who you caused harm to, so even under your stupid definition it's a crime? You assaulted and verbally abused these officers for doing their jobs. You hurt their ears by screaming and laughing like a maniac in the back of the car. And that, threatened them repeatedly. Boom, checkmate."
I'm not dying here tonight, but I guarantee you, there's a badge that's gonna die tonight. There's a career that's gonna die tonight. And it's all because we stand in truth, we stand in honor, we stand in integrity, we stand with morals, we stay with gratitude to the great creator. And while she ridicules, and just like the last one that ridiculed me and mocked me, y'all know what's up. And I appreciate all of you who support me in everything that we do. Because without you, we wouldn't be where we're at today. And I thank you all. I really do. It's a blessing to get to sit here and be alive and talk in this aspect to you all.
Aspect.
Again, I mean, it ain't even been 2 months, y'all. But it's such a blessing. Because we get to instill change, yet again, in another county, in another city, in another state. And just like all the rest, when the deposition comes, they don't act the same. And we get to show on camera who they truly really are. They all doubt me. They see the sweats, they see the Nike, they see the hat, they see the old school car. And y'all know what it's for. We love it. All power's inherent. In who? In you.
Be the people.
I am you. And we are us. And we are all a part of the great I am.
All right. So that's the end. He gets put inside after that. And eventually he got out. He is, I believe, planning on suing the officer and everything. I would say good luck to him, but I don't wish him good luck. I hope that goes exactly as it should go. And I think I'll leave it at that. Fenekagami says every service person that ends up as the jury in this trial will salivate at the chance to throw the book at Cameron. Assholes like this have no idea how many people hate them because of how insufferable they are. They really are annoying. Okay, let's see what else we got, shall we? Oh, we could do Magoo. We could also do Cat. Cat would be fun. Ooh, first let's do this guy. This is Sabir Bey. I don't cover him a lot because he mostly does live streams, but he is a Moorish citizen.
Back again with another one. What's up, everybody? So listen, again, fact check everything. Okay, fact check. Facts can be researched, analyzed, and proven. Again, facts can be researched, analyzed, and proven. Fact check everything I'm saying. Reach out to me at my email, sabirbayradio@gmail.com. Again, sabirbayradio@gmail.com. It's right there in the yellow. So I'm gonna give y'all some more fact checks, okay? And also, if you don't have the Dred Scott case, you should get the Dred Scott case and read it. I do have the Dred Scott case, the full Dred Scott case, the 14th Amendment.
Hey, fun fact, the Dred Scott case, one of the worst case precedents ever set in United States history, luckily was overturned. So, not legally viable anymore.
It never overturned the 14th.
It was overturned.
The Dred Scott case. Facts again. The 14th Amendment never overturned the Dred Scott case.
Incorrect. Objectively incorrect. Dred Scott was the case that said that black Americans weren't citizens and therefore didn't have the rights of a citizen.
Okay.
Luckily, again, that was overturned later. By the 14th Amendment.
14th Amendment is for federal citizens. Property. Facts. Do your research on it. Don't believe nothing I'm saying here. So real quick, we're going to run down what sovereign people are, not sovereign citizen. There is no such thing as called sovereign citizen. If you can find it in any law dictionary, you get $500. If you can find it in
It's not currently in any law dictionary, but it's a colloquialism used to describe a certain subset of pseudo-legal individuals who believe in certain ideologies that are untrue, basically. It doesn't have to be in a law dictionary to be a real thing.
Law dictionary. Go get your attorneys. I'm going to give y'all some law dictionaries. And what I mean by law dictionaries, I mean this.
Oh, he's got the 5th edition of Black's Law.
So, if you can find it in the law dictionary.
Does he think that the entire corpus of law is found within the pages of Black's Law Dictionary?
Let me know. Sovereign citizen in any law.
Definitely feels like it might appear in the next edition. It wouldn't surprise me if it does, unironically.
Dictionary. Or be it this one too. Find sovereign citizen.
That's the 4th edition.
Not online. Not online. Sovereign citizen. Okay? I'm gonna make that very, very clear for y'all. Try it.
Okay, so you have a pocket edition of this 5th edition law dictionary, and Beyond Sovereignty, Issues for a Global Agenda. This one sounds like it mentions sovereignty. It's in the title.
Sovereign citizen does not apply to black people. So we're gonna read it together.
It applies to anyone who follows the subset of pseudo-legal beliefs that make up sovereign citizenry.
And when people challenge you, the people claiming sovereign citizen, ask them, where did they get the information from? Where's your proof at on that? So let's go see what sovereign in the law dictionary says real quick. Sovereign people
Here we go.
is the political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors who in their collective capacity possesses the power of sovereignty and exercise them through their chosen representative.
Are they still going to issue paper editions? Yeah, it's a reference book, so definitely.
See Scott versus Sanford. So that means that you go see Scott versus Sanford. Now, this is a law dictionary, people. Anybody in law school has a law dictionary. You can actually have them pull us up. Sovereign power, sovereign rights. Okay? A right in which the state alone or some of its governmental agencies can possess. You see that? Give me 1 second. Can possess. And which is and this thing is keep messing up. And which possess in the character of a sovereign for the common benefit. I just need you to read these things. Sovereign state.
Yes, the state is sovereign.
So stop letting these people tell y'all these people run around and claiming sovereign citizen. Tell them the state
He didn't even say anything.
is claiming sovereignty too, if that's the case. Because there is no such thing in law called sovereign citizen. It's sovereign state.
I mean, I agree, there isn't such a thing in the law as a sovereign citizen. It's a colloquial definition to describe stuff that exists outside of the actual body of law. It's a thing, it's a conspiracy theory that a group of people believe.
Sovereign right. Sovereign power. Sovereign citizen. So when you do your research, it says the political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors who in their collective capacity possesses the power of sovereignty and exercise them through their chosen representative. See Scott versus Sanford. So we're going to take you to the Dred Scott case. If y'all want a copy of the Dred Scott case, you definitely can reach out to me for the Dred Scott case.
You can find it what do you mean you need to reach out? It's on the internet. It's available.
So let's see what Dred Scott said, the case in Dred Scott. But why the African race born in the state?
Yes, this was overturned. It's disgusting.
Not permitted to share in one of the highest duties of citizen. The answer is obvious. He is not by the institutions and laws of the state.
I'm actually kind of disgusted seeing this guy try and back up the Dred Scott decision. I'm like, oh my god, this is horrifying.
Numbered amongst his people, not persons in the 14th Amendment. It says all persons born.
It's literally someone arguing they shouldn't have rights, and he doesn't even understand that's what he's doing.
Persons born, not we the people. He forms no part of sovereignty of the state, which is different than the federal, and is not therefore called on to uphold or defend. Factology, people. So for the record, if you want me to go deeper into this, people, I can definitely do any lectures, interviews, and explain these things to you like I'm talking to my 6-year-old daughter. It is so simple, people. So sovereignty does not apply to black people at all. So be very careful of these people who say people are claiming sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron. It does not exist.
It is an oxymoron. That's the point. It's describing the oxymoronic beliefs of said sovereign citizens. That's the point.
At all. But you can tell them to contact Sabir right there in the yellow at SabirBayRadio@gmail.com. You can pick up Ballantyne's Law Dictionary, Bouvier's, Blackstone,
Bouvier's,
Black's Law, and Barron's. You should all have a law dictionary in your hands. Especially, you should carry a small law dictionary in your hands. These are legal terminologies that they use on our people. So please share this out to every attorney, any politician that wants to have this conversation. Tell them to reach out to Sabir. Trust me, I'm good at what I do.
Trust me, he says while saying objectively incorrect information. Great. You know who we haven't checked in on a little bit?
Hello, good men, women, sons, and daughters. This is Kat Espinda.
And I'm Aaron.
And we are Katerin. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us today. We are the twin flames of the internet, and we are here because we are fighting for justice. Consider us Wonder Twin Powers. Activate. Yes.
Which one gets to be the bucket of water?
See, we were sent into these Rockefeller schools, told that we didn't have any power. Shut up, sit down, stand in the single file. If you don't give us the right answer, then you're a dunce and you can go sit in the back of the room.
Did you go to school in 1896? When were you in school that they still had a dunce chair and cap? What are you talking about?
Meantime, they bring in all of these agencies, including the police and law enforcement.
And you better raise your hand if you want anything.
Yeah, you better raise your hand.
You need to go potty?
You better do.
They're children. Like, are they seriously arguing that, like, you don't need a system of order when you have a room full of 30 children? Have they ever dealt with children, much less 30 children at a time?
Do what you're told. And see, we have 11 million codes, statutes, mandates, ordinances, policies, procedures, rules, regulations, and in our case with Washington State, RCWs, which are codes that don't meet up to the law of the land or the Constitution. They're just stomping all over our rights protected by the Constitution. We have God-given rights. But anyways, Aaron is the FOIA king. What does FOIA stand for?
Freedom of Information Act. And anyone can do it. Go to your justice center or police station or sheriff's office. They have public records and you are entitled to them by request.
You are absolutely entitled to them.
You can ask for emails, body cam footage,
Mm-hmm.
just about anything.
Just about anything.
It's been very valuable in our uncovering of the corruption in Benton County.
It is, yes. And let me tell you what, people are starting to come out of the woodworks now and reach out to me. And I'm starting to hear the stories of what the Benton County Sheriff Department is doing. And it's also Washington State Patrol. It's the police departments. They're all doing it.
It's unconscionable, the things that they're in.
Kat gets on your last nerve because her problems are self-inflicted. Not only are they self-inflicted, they are self-inflicted, and then once it happens, she goes around and she blames everyone except herself. That's what pisses me off. Plenty of people cause their own problems, but she's immune from recognizing her part in any problem she's ever had, and that gets to me.
Involved in. They're not just immoral, and I'll save this rant for later. Please continue.
Oh, okay. But, you know, we have to wake up to the fact that, I mean, if you can divide by two, we come from two people, right? Adam and Eve, if that's true, that means we're all family. We're all brothers and sisters. There were no banks. There were no sheriff departments.
Adam and Eve didn't need a bank. Checkmate, banks.
There were no rules. There was just God.
I want to point out there was at least one rule, and it was don't eat that fruit or I'll kill you. That's a pretty authoritarian rule. Don't eat that fruit or I'll fucking kill you.
And God's...
Like, quite famously, there was a rule. Because it got broken. It's kind of the point of the story.
Light and his creation. And here we are, all actually family. However, We have people.
She's skipping over Lilith. So does the canonical Bible, so...
People that are blind.
See ya, Sassy P. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon.
Blinded to this, and they are living in the Matrix, which is a part of a...
Oh, that's an effect she decided to put there. Okay, that's a battery bar. Okay.
system to keep us controlled. And it's not just a movie. The Matrix is a documentary on what's really happening in the background. So
I'm a battery that defies thermodynamics.
why don't you share with them, Aaron, what you have discovered recently? Because we're doing an ongoing investigation here.
Yes. So we haven't mentioned the name Jared Fielding in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You want to recap your viewers?
Jared, I think, is the guy that bought her house.
Real quick.
Legally purchased her house that she defaulted on because she decided she doesn't have to pay her mortgage. I've said this before. I feel for anyone who can't pay their mortgage. If you can't pay your mortgage, that fucking sucks. And I feel bad, and I don't want you to get foreclosed on, and I hope the bank works with you, and I don't want anyone to lose their home under any circumstances. But Kat was warned. She was told, you have to pay your mortgage. She had the money for it. She simply chose to stop paying. You can't do that.
On who Jared Fielding is before I get into this?
Yes, Jared Fielding with Fielding Investments is an investor. He was the investor that was at my foreclosure sale, the unlawful, illegal foreclosure sale held at the steps of Benton County.
Not illegal.
Justice Center. And what day was that? Was it March 28th, I believe, of 2024 was the day that happened?
Yes.
And we had a whole crew of people out there.
And they were presenting the fraud in black and white on paper, the evidence. And you remember that, what was his name? Timber didn't know what silver was?
Yes, he didn't know.
I'm pretty sure the guy knew what silver was. He just didn't want to accept it for a house.
Timber Burton.
What?
Yeah, he's a...
It also wasn't nearly enough silver for the worth of the house, even if it was silver that someone took.
Over here in this area, but apparently...
Wasn't it like 2 silver coins or something?
Apparently he also is an auctioneer, even though he wouldn't give his name other than Timber. It's Timber Burton.
It's also a fake company, we learned.
So PPS was it?
Professional Process Services, the most clever name ever. Just no creativity, just the most generic name you could think of.
But not
okay.
Is it only?
Are you exposing criminality, or are you on the playground criticizing him? Like, what do you got?
Generic. It's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not licensed.
Why do you think that?
Because this is what they call fake. If you're not licensed, you're fake. If you don't have a driver's license, well, whatever you got there, that's fake. If you
Are you just projecting the fact that because you don't keep up with licenses, you assume other people don't? I promise, most people keep up with their licenses for driving or teaching or law license or whatever license for their business. Most people try to keep up on that, Kat.
A license plate that's different than what they try to issue you at the DOL. It's fake.
I mean, it is fake if you get it from somewhere other than the state. Yeah. Yep.
But
what is real anymore anyway?
What is real?
We've just been lied to so much about so many things. Our history, obviously the news. We're lost.
We are lost. And so
real quick, I'm sorry. I have to pee real quick. Well, I'm gone. Cher will tell you about Pink Floyd's The Wall. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb? Mother, do you think they'll like this song? I've returned.
What we found out based on some of the information that came from the FOIA request, and many people already know, have seen.
I mean, she's into a lot of Q stuff too, Spokane Dog Man. She's got a lot of stuff going on.
Videos, but we had Lieutenant Magnuson, who is in charge of the heist of my home, the Espinda homestead, and we saw in the video how he slapped the ass of what was his name? It was one of their deputies. He slapped him right in the butt.
Was it Lawrence or was it?
I think it was Lawrence. I think that might have been it.
Guy with the tattoos.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Lawrence. So I guess, slap ass, insubordination. Subordination is a part of the thing over at Benton County, playing Nerf ball at Benton County.
What?
That's a big deal over there. They're wasting our taxpayer dollars fooling around. And when
I wish the cops would spend more time slapping each other's butts.
And they are out working. What are they doing? They're hunting down people for banks, corporations, and insurance companies.
And trafficking.
Isn't it normally the sheriff's office that serves, like, foreclosures and stuff? Am I crazy? She's talking about the police department, but I think it's often the sheriff's department that handles evictions and stuff. Am I crazy? I guess maybe it depends on the state.
Their person.
And trafficking their person.
Anything for this.
Because a person is a legal definition, and it is a corporation.
A person can be defined as a corporation, but that's not the primary definition within law dictionaries.
They turned us all into corporations, which
no, they didn't.
Made us slaves, and we didn't even know it. So, how did you feel when? Because he saw the emails before me.
Yeah. So specifically, I did a FOIA request asking for any and all email communication between Jared Fielding and the Benton County Sheriff's Office, because we've learned they're a little more connected than we originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out they've been working together for more than a decade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it seems to be like there's emails going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth from Jared Fielding with Fielding Investments. Gosh, you'd read those and you'd think he owned the jail.
No way.
Yeah, right?
No, that's impossible.
No, he couldn't own the jail. No.
But
are they implying he owns the jail? Like, I know that for-profit prisons are a thing, but we're talking about the jail at the local courthouse. The city owns it. What are you talking about?
Some emails in particular that I found fascinating, they were talking about you, Kat.
Oh, yeah, they were talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was and it's funny because I guess Lieutenant Magnuson, who I've never met in my entire life, knew all about me and my issues.
I mean, probably. I imagine a lot of the people in that area know about the crazy online lady that's a few screws short of a Home Depot aisle. I don't know. I made that one up on the fly. I don't think it worked out too well.
My issues is the way they worded it. What issues are we talking about? The issues of bank fraud, of systemic mortgage fraud from Hapo Community Credit Union with CEO Ken Hohenberg.
That's where an ad would go.
Police chief of Kennewick Police Department. They all work together. It's a two-tiered system. We, the people, tried to turn an investigation and nothing gets done.
Because everything you presented was nonsensical and basically predicated on your misunderstanding of how mortgages function.
But with just a blink of an eye, they can all 15, 20 of them with AR-15s can come and get you, pull you out of your house, steal your car, your boat, your children, you.
They did not steal your house. They did not steal your car. Stealing is taking something that doesn't belong to you. They had the legal authority to take them because you were being allowed to use them by the bank who had given you a loan, and you're allowed to use the car and house while you're paying back the loan. You stopped paying back those loans, so they took the things that the bank owned.
The sheep. That's how they look at us, as sheep, EWE. We're not free. There's liberty, Liberty comes with a price. Liberty means that you have to ask permission. That's not freedom. And we are trying to wake up the masses to show people what freedom really is. I mean, what do you think of freedom when you think of freedom?
What do you think of freedom when you think of freedom?
Well, just goes back to the word magic. Free, dumb.
Right? That's true. True. This is true. This gets so deep. I mean, they really think that we are dumb to think that we are free, and we are really.
I think they are right to think you are dumb.
Not. However, it's all in the mind, actually. And this is what we have learned. You know,
Sorry, this is an ADHD thought, but I'm excited because I just realized tomorrow there's a convention and a studio I really like. The one that puts out all the tokusatsu and, like, cartoons like Double Dragon and Street Fighter and the Highlander cartoon, Discotheque Media. They're revealing more releases tomorrow at, like, an anime convention. I'm very excited. Alright. That non sequitur was brought to you by my ADHD diagnosis.
You think that we're sitting around scared of these people? We're getting on here live. We're putting our faces out there. We are exposing what they are doing. Now, if you look at the Constitution, and specifically here, we live in Washington State. Every state has its own constitution. And there's such thing called due process. But due process has just gotten thrown out the window by these black robes.
Reminder that she's a huge Trump supporter, so I don't get the feeling that due process is something she gives a shit about when it's people that disagree with her.
Who adjudicate against the people.
With no regard for the truth. That's important.
No regard for the truth. They pre-adjudicate. Before you even walk in the door, they've already chosen their victim.
Do you have any evidence of that other than vibes?
And
yeah, she fucking loves Gorsuch.
Everybody
Such
has to pay, no matter what.
Sorry, I always have trouble saying his name.
Whether you're the victim or you're the winner, you're going to pay, because now we know that they take bonds out on every single case that we submit to the court. You could look it up on treasurydirect.gov, and you can find out exactly. You put the case number in there on the savings bond calculator. You're required to put the case number. So it's not just a calculator. You have to put the case number in there or it won't work. And then you just put in like $10,000 increments. It would be the EE bonds. And you hit the send button and you will see the money that they are making in interest via bond off of you, the sheep. So
just takes me back to that first court case with Joseph Burroughs, because you mentioned the pre-adjudication, and you watch him read his pre-written answer, which his boss gave to him when he gets to the part about.
I'm sorry, you think his boss wrote his ruling? Jesus.
When he gets to the part about the affidavit of truth.
Does the phrase Black Robe Regiment mean anything to you? Not specifically, no. I would assume it refers to judges in some way.
And the affidavit of truth?
Right.
It's like the word truth made him sick or something.
Yeah, I don't even know. This is what we are living in right now, a world of non-truth, a world of lies. And if
ironically, I would agree with you. I think we're just on the opposite side of what we consider to be the lies. That's a shame.
We do not start standing up in the truth, exposing this stuff, then we're never going to get out of this dystopian reality. And I played, and I'm gonna play it one more time. Here we go. I mean, just to be honest, it feels like just we're keeping our vibration high and the world is just exploding all around us.
I don't like doing live streams, but I said on the last one we did.
Why does she think the world is exploding around her? She's a Trump fan. Shouldn't she be thrilled right now? Like, shouldn't all of the Trump people be incredibly happy and excited because they got everything they wanted? Like, why is she still upset? What the fuck? They're never happy. These goddamn people.
Almost a year ago. It was
a year. It
was a year
it was
and
a
10
year
days
and
ago.
10 days ago.
But
we did a live stream together.
I said on that live stream, I'm going to say it again because I know people from the Benton County Sheriff's Office do watch these.
Yeah, they watch this show.
You will never break us.
Oh, no.
Not ever.
What? I mean, you know, in fairness, if I worked at that sheriff's office, I would watch their show because I would find it fucking hilarious, but I'm also not a cop, so I don't know.
That's all I have to say.
There you go.
For now.
Yeah, no, we're you know, right now, what we are here to do, and we're on a mission from God to open up the eyes of people, to help people see the lies, through the Marxism, through the communist.
Through the Marxism. Everything I don't like is Marxism.
Manifesto that is being doled out by the Benton County Justice Center. A lot of these people that are in there are German. And they have grandparents and great-grandparents that were original Nazis.
You're a current Nazi! What the fuck are you talking about? What? Does she think Nazism is genetic? What the fuck?
Back early in the 40s, when they all started coming in here, Operation Paperclip, and started inserting all of these scientists, German scientists, who were inserted. Those scientists had children, and they became scientists. And
do you think everyone needs to have the career their parent had? What are you talking about? Fenekagami says, I really hate how people don't know how citizenship works. The founding fathers viewed government as an enemy to citizens, so the Constitution was written to theoretically shackle the government from becoming basically a legalized version of the mob. We're living through the consequences of that failing, but if you don't have citizenship as far as the government is concerned, you aren't fully human, and therefore they can do whatever they want to you. Rights are supposed to apply to everyone, even if you're not a citizen. At least bare modicum of rights. But here we are, so...
it just goes on, and what they've been doing is experimenting on people. They were the ones that came up with MK Ultra and and the brainwashing using just, you know, methods to break people so that they will be complicit and compliant.
And remember, the police academy includes MK Ultra.
I'm sorry. You think that police training has MK Ultra mind control?
Absolutely.
Those officers are programmed. They're programmed to follow orders with no regard for morals or truth.
Yeah, when was it Jordan Croskery and Jared Jeck, and then there was the other guy, I can't remember his name because he didn't really talk, but yeah, they were like robots. Like they were looking at me and they were acting like they were listening, but their eyes were doing really weird things. And
Kat, because you're crazy. Kat, they're not listening to you because they have already written you off as a crazy person. Because you're a crazy person. It's not evidence of a conspiracy. Like, she doesn't understand why she's not being taken seriously, but she can't recognize the reality because that would be devastating to her ego to recognize how fucked up she is and how wrong she is and how she ruined her own life. So she has to assume that the way that they're acting is due to some conspiracy or mind control. They just think you're crazy. Just a Peach with a $1 tip says, watching for crimes could be what the cops are doing. Also, that part of Washington has German lumbermen and their families, so not those other people. Freyline says, she thinks Project Paperclip was responsible for MK Ultra. Apparently.
And it's like they couldn't really listen. They couldn't really hear what I was saying.
I think they could listen and could hear it. It's the fact that what you're saying is incorrect. You're wrong.
45
You are wrong.
Minutes in a peaceful protest, which I have uploaded online, explaining to them all of the fraud. And all they could do is say, well, you know, that's way above my pay grade. And, truth doesn't really matter. This court order, though, that this judge, crooked ass judge, and that's the whole thing, is we got crooked ass judges writing up fraudulent court orders.
Every court order I don't agree with is fraudulent.
Imagine saying to someone that the truth is above your pay grade.
It's not the truth. Do they not you're being placated. I'm sure they'd rather say, "You're crazy, lady, go away," but they're being nice to you. That's them being nice to you instead of what they really want to say.
That's what Jared Jeff said. He said that's why he got the Pinocchio video, because the truth is above his pay grade.
I just got off the phone with my command staff,
Mhm.
and they're like, yeah, have her come down and talk to us.
And that's that talk about putting your head down and not asking questions, being an order follower, which is responsible for every form of slavery in the world.
And it goes right back to morality. I'm going to say this again. I don't feel like I need to, but I'm going to. We are not anti-cop.
No, we're not. We're not.
But it is a fact that right now there are not enough cops who are willing to put their moral compass in front of their badge where it belongs. It's the other way around in too many cases, especially here in Benton County.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, it's time that we start showing the deets. And so I have what I want to show you right now. Let me just see who we got in here. We've got maybe two. Hey, maybe two. Roger, True Patriot. Hey, Roger. Got Leisha, KAK. I love everybody that is our brothers and sisters that we're meeting in this journey. Closure was on June 10th, 2024. And if you want to watch what happened there,
This is an eviction. You need to vacate the residence.
Oh yeah, this is when they were trying to get him out of the house, but they weren't in there.
If I can, put that in your hand. That's good, Efren.
Sorry, it's loading.
Eye contact. So
no, I didn't. I was like,
we had a fantastic display of twin flame unity that they were going to see. Peaceful, no violence, no weapons.
We had balloons. We had 20 balloons.
All right, and you lost your house, so did it work out for you, Kat? It's very cute that you got balloons.
Okay, so we'll just make that straight. Okay, so it's just
probably enough Kat and her twin flame for the day. We can move on. Let's do the next chapter in Mr. Magoo's saga, shall we?
I will call it one of the activities, and I think it is.
How's everyone's least favorite chief? Chief Motto hasn't posted in a while. I think he may have gotten arrested for something.
A maneuver to have the court do something that it normally would not do. The defendant has elected, and I will disclose it, to file a civil claim as against me and...
Yeah, if you missed the last episode, Mr. Magoo, who's the defendant, filed a civil lawsuit against Judge Simpson as well as the prosecutor. Don't do that.
A slew of
He's
other
trying to manufacture a justification to have the judge recuse himself.
parties. Oh, gosh, yes. Ready. Here we go. I spend my life ready. You sure?
Is his real name really Magoo? It is pronounced that way. I think it's spelled slightly differently, though.
In anticipation about what I'm going to go through right now, this is absolutely all your fault.
Oh. In anticipation.
In anticipation of it, I'm just letting you know.
Well, let me apologize in anticipation for this being my fault. I am sorry.
Funny.
All right. What are we doing on this today?
Your Honor, I have in regards to case number 25F4-523.
That's an interesting haircut that Magoo got since the last time we've seen him. Huh. All right.
I have a couple things I'd like to point out about a couple of the matters here today.
Right.
In regards to count 3, MCL 750197, lawfully detained or imprisoned in jail or confinement. Judging by the definition of the statute itself, Your Honor, it compels us to conclude that one has to be lawfully imprisoned or in jail. Jail being a facility operated by a local unit
Yeah,
of
we know what a jail. You think that you don't need to define jail for Judge Simpson?
government for detention of
Yeah, we
persons
know.
charged.
We know. We got it.
At this location, defendant was located in a hospital and not a confinement by government agency or jail. So I'm requesting that that charge is invalid
That
on
were
its
going
face.
to be addressed, that would be addressed at a preliminary examination, sir, as to the sufficiency of the charge. So if you're making a motion that I dismiss it at this point, that motion's denied.
Okay. Further in count 2 and count 1, actually, Your Honor, both of these were, I don't know the procedural process or when it should get raised, but both of them are Fourth Amendment violations. And furthermore, on count 2, MCL 25.
Are you going to give a reason you think it's a Fourth Amendment violation, or you're just going to assert it?
7.904, that the license of the defendant was revoked or suspended, given the statute as well, Your Honor. That would require the prosecutor to prove that the license was revoked or suspended at the time of the arrest, and that defendant was no.
It's pretty easy to prove. That would just require them to show, look, it was suspended as of this date. This is the date that it happened. Boom, done. Like, that's already paperwork that's, like, on file with the court.
Notified, and that the defendant operated a vehicle on a highway or roadway. I challenged the prosecutor to prove all 3.
Sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
wish to have a preliminary examination in this?
I'm making sure we're prepared for it, but yes.
What'd you say?
Making sure we're prepared for it, but yes, I am. What are the other options? I'm requesting that all the charges are dismissed, a motion for all
Denied.
dismissal on all these charges.
They're not going to be dismissed.
No, okay.
So if you want a preliminary examination and make your arguments, then it might be that they would be dismissed at that point, but they're not going to be dismissed on an oral motion before this.
Okay, Ms. Lomby has let me know that all paper discovery has been sent to Mr. Magoo in jail. There are USB drives with video. A number of agencies were involved in the Michigan State Police case to respond to assist. I believe she has obtained all of those videos, and those will be sent interdepartmental to jail staff to serve on Mr. Magoo, and I expect those to be in the interdepartmental mail tomorrow.
Got it. Okay, so we're not ready. He hasn't gotten the video.
He has all paper discovery, but he does not have all video discovery. I expect that'll happen. So I'm not sure.
So, Mr. Magoo, are you going to have an objection to an adjournment so that you can see all of the discovery that they have prior to setting this for preliminary examination?
Your Honor, I didn't know what hearing I was prepared for today. I was preparing to cross-examine the officers today.
That's not even what you were supposed to do today. It was supposed to be... This guy needs a lawyer.
With or without the video evidence. So, given that that's not the case and the officers are not here, I would like a speedy trial. I would like to invoke my right to a
All right.
speedy
So
trial.
you want your preliminary examination. Those are coming down to the jail to him.
I expected you would have them early next week, so if the court follows its normal setting for preliminary examination, I would expect.
I would set it for the 19th and then
have them well.
he'd have them well in advance, and I guess I'll do it that way. Prior to setting the preliminary examination, as being a critical process, a couple of things that the court wants to do. Mr. Magoo, starting in case ending in 0979. Mr. Magoo, you are before the court on a felony complaint that alleges 4 different counts, or 5 different counts, excuse me, fleeing and eluding 4th degree, which is a felony punishable by up to 2 incarceration, $2,000 fine plus court costs. Count 2 is operating an unregistered vehicle, which is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days. Operating without security, which is a misdemeanor, punishable with not more than 1 year or less than a $200, nor more than $500 fine plus court costs. Count 4,
up to a year in jail for no insurance in Michigan.
Operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days. $500 fine plus court costs, and your vehicle would be subject to mobilization. Count 5 is refusal to obey a lawful traffic order of a police officer. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. Those events are alleged to have occurred on July 3rd, 2025. I-94 near Parker Road in Scioto Township.
He has a DV case too. I thought the other case was about harassment and not DV. I thought it was like telephonic harassment or something like that. Using forget what the specific charge was, but it was like making threats or harassing someone over a telephone.
That is on the one case. On the other case, which is a 3-count complaint, that 3-count complaint alleges that on March 27, 2024, location of Dexter near Arcona in the city of Milan, Washtenaw County, state of Michigan, that you did operate a motor vehicle while intoxicated. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court costs. There is, however, a 3rd offense notice, which transforms this into a felony charge. It's punishable by up to $500 to $5,000 fine plus court costs, 1 to 5 years in jail, probation with 30 days or 1 year in jail, or at least 48 hours to be served consecutively, and 60 to 180 days community service, any rehabilitative programs the court deems necessary. Court could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution, plus the cost of any emergency governmental services, and your vehicle would be subject to mobilization. Count 2 is operating while your driver's license was suspended, denied, and or revoked. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs.
Green guy with $1 tip says, "Birds are pretty. Don't tell my wife that. My wife hates birds, at least the noises they make."
Count 3 is lawful escape from custody, or escape from lawful custody, excuse me. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year, $1,000 fine plus court costs. Mr. Magoo, yeah, I would just ask, do you still wish on representing yourself, sir?
Your Honor, I do. I will. I have requested assistance, given that I am incarcerated and I have no way to.
Do you wish to be represented by an attorney, sir?
I would like legal assistance.
What do you mean by that? Would you like to be represented by?
Well, I've called the
prosecutor. Mr. Magoo, we go through this every time.
He probably wants standby counsel. He basically wants a lawyer that can whisper in his ear and explain everything that he should know if he wants to do this, but he doesn't want to abdicate the authority of being his own attorney.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to advise you that there are great perils in representing oneself. I've told you about that before on numerous occasions. That I would treat you the same as I would treat anybody else. You would have to know the Michigan court rules. You'd have to know courtroom procedure, and that you would be treated the same, not any more favorably, not any worse, as you would go through these proceedings. If you wish to represent yourself, you may proceed with the court's admonishment. I've advised you as to the penalty, the charges, the maximum penalties. I will now ask you the question, and I'm not going to just keep going around and around in circles when I ask you this question. Do you wish to be represented by counsel? If you wish to be represented by counsel, this court will ensure that counsel is appointed to represent you. If that is a yes or no.
I would like legal assistance, yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to take that as your request for counsel, is how I'm going to take that. And so these two cases now become public defender cases.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm glad that he's getting a lawyer. That's good, probably. That'll go better for him.
Worship Feaster, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of the defendant. I believe Your Honor has already agreed to set it for examination.
He's asked for examination in the case, and so I will set these for preliminary examination.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask, given that one of these cases, in regards to the March 27, 2024 case, there is an undue delay. It's been over, I think, 390 some days since the warrant was requested, and this triggers due process violations under U.S. versus Levasco, People versus Bassard, People versus Rosengreen, and procedural unfairness, Sixth Amendment violations, and I do request that the prosecutor provide provide information in regards to the three-pronged test under People versus Hernandez. One of them, first test being the explanation for the undue delay for 390 some days. The second part of that test being to prove that the delay was not deliberate. And then the third part of the delay or the prong test is to make sure that there was no undue burden on or prejudice on the defendant. And in that regards, Your Honor, I also am requesting that I do have due process 14th Amendment rights as well as 8th Amendment rights. And a lot of these are facially invalid. A lot of these charges are facially invalid. I'm just requesting that the court grant a personal reconnaissance on my behalf. And for both of these charges, being that we're looking at really just misdemeanors, $500 misdemeanors. So
I think he's requesting, Your Honor, amend his bond. And he's requesting the release, Your Honor, PR bond.
And a response from the people regarding his bond.
Wow, Simpson's over this fucking case, and I don't blame him.
People would ask the bond to continue, and he also failed to appear before Judge Slays. So
yes,
that warrant would also hold up with respect to the other. I'll wait. There are pleadings filed by the defender's office. Our office will respond to that. And I guess my one remaining point would be, with the court's appointment Eastern the Public Defender's Office, I will make sure that the digital discovery that I referenced is served on the defender's office.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. We will review that with our client once we receive it.
So he's asked for a preliminary examination, and I realize where this may be. My understanding is that he is still being held, regardless of what the bond would, in this case, he's being held without bond in Judge Slay's case.
That's my understanding.
That his bond has been denied, so
that's what I
would
Mr. Cho to say.
In any event, but also given the fact that one of the charges is the escape from lawful custody, that in and of itself.
I wonder what happened there. Was he just like handcuffed and he ran or something? Like, oh, how did he escape from custody? Because I can't imagine he actually like escaped the jail. I assume he was just like there and he tried to run or something stupid.
In this court's mind, makes the defendant a danger for a risk of flight. Also, the nature of the charges, the fleeing and eluding police officers, as well as the operating while intoxicated, now at least alleged his third time around. Also, this court's mind, the defendant, this court would consider a danger to the public. So the extent that he is asking that I modify his bond conditions in his bond in this case, that motion is denied. Bond will continue as it is.
Your Honor, I have a 14th Amendment due process
Oh my God! Shut up, Magoo!
to the presumption of innocence. And,
I understand the presumption of innocence.
and a lot of these are facially invalid, Your Honor.
Excuse me?
A lot of these charges, especially the lawful custody, escape from lawful custody, it's facially invalid. I was at a hospital, not a jail.
If you were under the custody of the Washtenaw County Sheriff's
I was
Office,
not.
I understand.
I was not.
Okay, so they took him to a hospital or something, and then he left when he was supposed to be under the custody of officers? Yeah, that's not great.
Or custody of.
I was dropped off at the hospital, and they later tacked on
And
charges,
you know
just
what?
like the fleeing and
evidence
eluding
will
charge.
Not meet that out, and that if that's true, and the people can't sustain that element, then the charge will be dismissed. But I'm not dismissing it upon your representation today.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Preliminary examination in this matter will be set August 19th, 2025, 12 noon. That is before me
Wow.
on that date.
By the time of his next hearing, I'll have had my surgery. Woo!
For both of these cases. I will apprise the parties also that one of the, I will call it one of the activities, and I think it is a maneuver to have the court do something that it normally would not do. The defendant has elected, and I will disclose it, to file a civil claim as against me and a slew of other parties.
Oh yeah, in that regard, Your Honor,
Many of those, do not interrupt me. Including many that I don't even know the connection. Court has, this judge, upon receiving this, two
Is that guy
things. I
picking his
read through
nose in the bottom left? Did you notice that?
Receiving
it's like
this.
a scratch. Okay, it's like he pulled a hair? What is that? I think he's getting a booger.
Including many
yeah.
that I don't
Get in
even
there.
know the
That's
connection.
the real gold.
Court has,
Oh yeah, he got it.
this
he got
judge
He's
is
getting it.
receiving
Pull it.
this.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I had to note that.
Two things.
That's
I
the
read
real
through the
human drama on display.
complaint to determine whether or not it would on its face create a conflict. Court. I consider it, quite frankly, to be frivolous. Complaint itself. Do not see that as a necessity for me to recuse myself from this gentleman's proceedings, because I think that's precisely what he wants to have happen, and that is attempting to manipulate the system. He will be dealt with by me as I would deal with any other defendant, and so
Well, that lady's
that is
smoking a
there. It has
cigarette.
been turned over to the Office of General Counsel
You
for
always see the classiest shit in Zoom court.
the Washtenaw County. They will deal with for me, and as well as the others that I see that are listed there. They will deal with that. They have also filed.
Just smoking a cigarette from the least flattering bottom angle. I'm here, Judge.
Appears, and again, this is all part of his, what I will call shenanigans to shape this. He has filed against people of individuals without specific reference in the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office. I don't, as I view what I read, would not consider that any jeopardy upon their objectivity in handling this case. So
Because I'm aware that such note or such filings were being received by our office maybe yesterday. At this point, we continue to proceed with this case. And
what accent is it the judge has? He's in a court in Detroit. This is in Detroit, so I don't know if he's from Detroit or elsewhere in Michigan.
Until I did otherwise from the elected prosecutor.
Can I speak on that note, Your Honor?
I will let you talk, but I'm not going to let you go on in some diatribe. I've got other things to do.
I've stood on my rights and I've stood on my beliefs this whole entire time, especially in the previous case, Your Honor. That complaint is well pleaded. It does affect multiple parties of.
Spiller says, Your Honor, Javier brought me a fresh pack of Pall Malls and massaged my feet with that nice lotion I like. I'm ready to start.
This jurisdiction. Washtenaw County is a named party, and I do believe that my impartiality and bias will be affected here as it was in the past before this complaint. And I do request a change of venue on that note for both these matters.
If you wish to raise change of venue, you may file that in writing, but to the extent you are raising no motion for change of venue, denied.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Bond will continue. Thank you.
Somebody be able to continue.
Sheesh. At least you got a lawyer. That's a good sign. Hopefully you'll learn to shut up. Sheesh. Okay, moving on. What's next?
In 2013, at the time, I met David-Wayne Colin Miller's newest victim, Kayleen Colin Kahali, who he convinced was a federal postal judge. And like
he's going full on his dead mentor now.
Before and the others before, he wrong-led them into thinking because they filed.
Nice, it comes back.
An oath.
I hope you stick around. We do sovsits at least once or twice a week. We do conspiracy theorists and the lot of weird delusional groups. So definitely continue to check out the stream. We stream all the time. We do tons of fun stuff. So glad you could stop by.
Without the correct credentialing of a judgment, that they were some kind of judge. And I went to meet Kayleen, and she was very upset when I informed her she was not a judge, and I gave her the technology to be a judge. I taught her how to do it.
My mentor scammed her into thinking she could be a judge, but I actually made her a judge with my technology. That tracks.
Do it, because I wanted her to be successful.
Yeah, look at these. These are really good schematics. I don't... housing plan, blueprints, After
giving her a year to function as a federal postal judge and looking at her performances, it just wasn't up to speed and up to snuff on what a federal postal judge is supposed to be. Therefore, David-Wayne Colin Miller and myself had to file documentation at the head post office in Honolulu, Hawaii, terminating her position as a federal postal judge. And we had to use...
Green guy with $1 says, Hannah, do you know what is great titties? Titties are great. I agree. I'm a fan of titties. I grew some myself. That's how big of a fan I was.
My corporation numbers, which...
I know it was AI slop. I was making a joke about.
For the umbrella for the Federal Postal Court. And we had to terminate her from her position. And she was very upset about it. Within a couple of years, without my knowledge, David-Wayne Colin Miller went back to her Hawaii and reauthorized her with my number. And I called her on the phone and I asked her, hey, that's my number you're using. That's called identity theft. You can't do that.
Identity theft is not a joke.
I don't care. It's only a number. I'm going to use it anyway. I says, but that's thievery. And she hung up the phone.
Okay. Let's see what else. Ad. Oh no, there isn't even a skip button! They're doing unskippable ads on Rumble now. It's disgusting! At least this ad we can skip. That's good.
I got a letter from the New York Judicial Board today that I picked up when I came home. Now, this was in regards to my New York ticket that dragged on for 5 years. And I kept
You fought a ticket for 5 years?
Challenging jurisdiction. They would never respond to that affidavit. And it wasn't until I reported them to the New York, what did I do? The New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct. And then that's when I did win that ticket. If you've been here long enough, you saw me talk about that victory. I am still 100%. However, the letter.
What's her camera mounted on? I'm not sure.
Then they made me a scofflaw.
I don't know if it's actually moving or if it's just like a what's the word I'm thinking of? Optical illusion, because the lights from her LED sign appear to be strobing at a rate that's a little bit off for the camera frame rate, which is causing a strobing effect top down as like the refresh rate of the camera works. So it might just be that.
And I still want to rat out this judge, but this is what scumbags they are. They will always stick together. Okay, we didn't, which the release of that ticket released a suspension on my New York driver's license from 5 years ago, which now I can work on the surrender and purge. The State Commission on Judicial Conduct has reviewed your letter of complaint. The commission has asked me to
I don't know what it is on then. Maybe she has something running that's causing a slight vibration.
advise you that it has dismissed the complaint. Of course, upon careful consideration, the commission concluded there was insufficient indication of judicial misconduct, despite my letter stating, and this is what I want to teach people, I appeared on paper. I would never go to court, and I was licensed back then. I was not operating in commerce. That was my standing at the time. Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, but them not responding to my affidavit is a Brady violation.
What? No.
Yes. They ignored 4 affidavits. Once I reported the judge to the judge of the town court, this was extremely a teeny tiny municipality, not even resembling a real police department in any way. I took out an ad in their local paper, which cost $200, calling them a fictitious business. That's something Tamara turned us onto. Then they deemed me to be a scofflaw. So on their record really doesn't matter, but I want people to see how much you may have to just push and be a belligerent litigant. I would never give up, even though this isn't what I want. I'm still going to respond to this because, of course, nobody, oh no, I did get an actual signature. I'm still going to rat them out and tell them what scumbags they are because I do have clear evidence.
Look, I could fill up the Superdome with evidence of cases where judges just ignore everything, right?
Well, we got a couple of questions like that tonight.
Federal district courts, state courts, they have these pre-canned dismissals, right? 9 times out of 10, whenever you present a claim to one of these courts, they'll spit out an order that says, upon consideration of the evidence, and they never read anything. Their clerk just boop, rubber stamp.
What? They just say this shit with no backing. They just make such broad claims about the judiciary, and it drives me friggin' nuts. Oh, I had to see this, so you do too. Here's Brandon Joe Williams, sovereign citizen, in a Borat costume. You feel good about that? I don't. Anyway. You've seen worse? Of course you have. I'm on screen right now.
Just got a letter and I sent it to Gianna. She said to bring it up. They
sent me, here's a copy of the loan, here's this, you owe the money, you owe the money, you owe the money. And they said, even though this has been sold to a REMIC trust.
Oh yeah, let me show you that. I got her letter too, Scott. Check this out.
Doing is they're claiming to be the servicer for the remake trust now.
Look at this. Here it is right here. This is from Marlene's letter. We want to clarify that the current owner of your loan is Citibank, acting solely as trustee of Ellington Financial Mortgage. The sale of your loan to a REMIC trust does not negate your obligation to repay the debt.
Oh, this is another person who's trying not to pay their bills, to pay their loans back. Great.
As the terms and conditions of your loan. Scott, is it correct that that is negated because of the Supreme Court ruling Carpenter v. Longan?
Carpenter versus Longan back in
There
the
you go.
Longan in the 1800s.
I'm sorry, you're citing precedent from the 1800s? Jesus Christ.
It says whenever you separate the note and the mortgage, the transaction is nullified. It dissipates into thin air. It's no more. So to follow along with this, the bank sells to a remake trust, right? It nullifies the transaction. Now, a lot of servicers are coming in saying, oh, well, we are the servicer for Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. That's hogwash, right? Because Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have then securitized or
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is now currently headed by our good friend Bill Pulte.
put your mortgage into a pool with 80 million other mortgages and sold that block to an investor. So during our investigation,
yeah, that's how
not only did we
housing
get
is,
the remake
is
trust,
commodified into fucking...
Fannie Mae remake trust 2020-15. We also get all the data that shows when it was sold, where it was sold, what securitized pool it went into. We have all the information as far.
They are allowed to securitize their loan agreements. They are allowed to do that.
As 2020-15, and you look at it and it says pool, to be the cap, $115 million in that pool. And an investor will come along and buy it. So if they really want to play that card, in reality, the investor owns.
Harold Ebelman says, now, Hannah, you know you're better looking than him based on the settled law of boobs v. no boobs, case number 8008135. That's just objective fact in case law. I can't argue with that. It made me laugh, so it's gotta be true.
The note, if you will. But the investor doesn't own the mortgage, right? And since it was separated and nullified under the rules of negotiation in every state, you have to own the entire loan instrument, meaning the note and the mortgage, in order to effectuate a negotiation, right? So because neither party owns the entire thing, they can't even negotiate it back together. So these remake trusts don't own anything. Keep rejecting, never stop rejecting for calls. And let me explain everything to the new people why. Course of performance, right? It is a sequence of conduct between the parties that exists. If the other party has knowledge of the performance and an opportunity to object, if they do not object, they acquiesce in without objection. So they're the claim asserter claiming to be this servicer where you owe them this money. They're obligated to prove their claim. You're not obligated to disprove it. Okay? So your simple reject for cause.
And they're easily going to do so by showing that the debt was transferred to them. I've seen so many court cases where sovereign citizens think they have a big gotcha to be like, do you have proof that you purchased this loan? And they'll be like, yeah, here it is. I don't know why they think they don't keep track of this stuff. It's literally their job. There's that Brandon Joe Williams picture again. You're welcome. All right, we're on 3 hours. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out for another day full of sovereign citizen weirdness. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow might be the day that I take off just to work on the edited video. If not, I'll let you know, but you might not see me again till Saturday. Sunday, I should be doing a patron-only live show. So if you want to be a part of that, join the YouTube as a member or join Patreon as a paid member. Love you too, Mr. Blast. I need to make some food. I'm very hungry. So let's see who we're going to raid on Twitch before I make some dinner. We will raid Cassifel. Alright. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you most likely Saturday. And, yeah, have a great night. Be good. Or at least if you're going to be bad, have a good reason. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.